and welcome to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Soares alongside Mr. Phil Givens of the Bone Stock Division joining us for a little color commentary. We have Jeremy McGrady downstairs. We'll hear from Jeremy soon. Weather is an issue again this week, Phil, as they started about 10 after 7, so about 20 minutes ago, race fans. We're into the heat races right now. Let's go down to the track and get into the action right away. We're about started for the Modifieds heat race number 2, Phil. We've already seen the Hot Rod division, who's visiting today and tomorrow. The Modified division on track right now, 2 days, today and tomorrow. And the Delaware Superstock should be a great night tonight if we can get it in.
Yeah, fingers crossed here. We're looking at these clouds over the horizon. But, yeah, no, it should be a great night of racing. The heat races look pretty competitive so far, and we're into heat race 2 here with the Modifieds.
Yeah, it's a full agenda, race fans, with heats from the Hot Rods and the Modifieds, and then we're going to have the Superstock group qualifying, and then right into 3 features. 25 lappers for the Hot Rods, 30 for the Modifieds, and the Superstocks are doing 50 tonight once again, if we can get that in. The agenda is being hurried by race officials. As mentioned, we started about 20 minutes ago with the opening ceremonies and heat races, and white flag on the speedway getting set for Modified heat race number 2. The 69 is Wally Wilson. The 18 is Jason Keane. The 34, TJ Edwards. The 90, Mark Hamaker. Once again, these are Touring Series visiting Delaware Speedway this weekend for 2 days. And happy Canada Day weekend to each and every one of you joining us. Phil's out of the cockpit for a couple of weeks. We'll document that from Phil himself when we get a moment. Looking forward to seeing Phil back behind the seat of a race car in 2 to 3 weeks' time, but getting set here to go green with the Modified Series heat race number 2 coming out of turn number 4. Look at the flag stand, and we're racing on a Friday night in Delaware. Welcome. It's Wilson and Keane will take this field of 4 into turns 1 and 2. Quick battle of 3 now. Joining them is the 34, TJ Edwards. The front 3 have gotten away now from Mark Hamaker. It's looks like this is just the 3-lapper. The scoreboard looks incorrect, so I thought it was 8-lap heat races. Maybe there's an error in the scoreboard, but I think we're doing 8 laps here, but the front 3 try to get away.
Yeah, the 18 of Jason Keane has been quick so far today, but TJ Edwards, he's posted a first and second there in practice lap times, and he's the points leader, so hopefully he can keep running strong.
Yeah, the scoreboard's actually counting up for this particular heat race, so this is lap number 3 now. It's the leader is the 18 of Jason Keane, TJ Edwards, right there on the rear bumper. They're not really bumpers, they're wire bumpers on the Modifieds, but there you can see nose to tail, the 18 and the 34. Edwards looks to the inside out of turn number 2. And they'll go almost side by side down the back stretch, and Edwards will draw even in under braking in turn number 3. Side by side for the lead out of turn number 4. Edwards will lead that lap.
Yeah, these cars are battling door to door here, and man, open wheel Modifieds, it's some of the best racing in Ontario. But yeah.
Yeah, we had, Delaware had open wheel Modified division for quite a few years. It kind of went away a few years ago, but great to see the Modified Touring Series visiting Delaware Speedway. I believe they're coming back another date later this year, I believe. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw 2 stops. The second one, I think, in September. I think is part of that multi-day Labor Day weekend here at the half mile. 2 laps to go according to the flag stand. The scoreboard. Now it's reverted to counting down again. So 2 laps now for this Modified heat race number 2. It's TJ Edwards out front, Jason Keane in second, Wally Wilson in third, Mark Hamaker in the 4th. Well, actually only 3 cars now on the track as Hamaker is pulled off the track. White flag on the speedway. Another half mile to go here for the 34 of TJ Edwards. Superstock group qualifying coming up after this. Couple of turns left for the 34. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air for TJ Edwards. He'll take the Modified heat race number 2. And that'll set the field. There's going to be, I think, what did we see, Phil? A total of 8 cars for the Modifieds here tonight?
I believe there's 9. And I did confirm with Jamie Cox that he was going to be in a Modified tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
They just had too much on the go with the Superstock for his son, and said he would be out tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, Jamie Cox, a multi-time open-wheeled modified series champ here at Delaware Speedway over the years. There you see the 34 of T.J. Edwards. Heat race number 2 for the modified zone. When we come back, Superstock group qualifying. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
I did it. I need it.
The hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
New Delaware Speedway merch store now available online, shipping to anywhere in Canada or the U.S. www.delawarespeedway.com/shop or merchandise link on the homepage. Stay up to date with all the Delaware Speedway fashions with new products continuously being added. Welcome back. Chris Soares, Phil Givens joining us this evening. Top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady trackside as we get set for group qualifying with the Superstocks. What we did not document, Phil, off the top is since they started about 10 after 7, a very, very light, misty drizzle on the track, but they have not stopped racing. These are not treaded tires. How's this affecting? How's this going to affect the group qualifying now, you think?
Well, with the modifieds and hot rods just running their heat race, I think the Superstocks are going to be pretty good here. They should be quick, but track could have some moisture and throw off the setups here on some of these cars. Yeah,
so group qualifying, a lot of the drivers you'll recognize from the weekly series here at Delaware, but there's also quite a few drivers with this Dayco Superstock touring series. And if they do it like the regular Delaware weekly series, we'll probably see the slower averaged cars in the first group, and then we'll proceed with quickness as the groups progress. Looks like we're going to do groups of 4, so I'm thinking maybe 3 groups, possibly 4 for group qualifying. I think they do 5 laps, I'm not quite sure, but we're green flag racing for group number 1. Sean Gibbs, the Delaware Speedway Weekly Race Director, in the flag stand for the Superstock, Dayco Superstock Touring Series. And you might recognize Sean, how he looks on the flag stand. He's done multiple years in the flag stand. We have on the track Jay Cox in the 00, Connor Maltese in the 23, Colton Evernham in the 23.
And the 10C,
I have
Dennis Sobalski's out there.
Dennis Sobalski in the 10C, thank you so much.
Yeah. So it looks like, you got a Delaware with Jay Cox, Delaware driver. You got a Sunset Speedway with Connor Maltese, Colton Everham from Sunset, and Dan Sobalski. He used to be around, actually, the Flamborough Speedway. Haven't seen him in a few years.
There's the 48 of Colton Everingham. Jay Cox top of the board right now, his fastest time at 20.605. Do you think that's precipitation lap time, Phil, or do you think that's right on par?
Yeah, actually, I was looking at Jay coming through turns 3 and 4 there, and he was looking a little bit tight from the center of the corner off, and that lap's a little bit better, but if it keeps spitting here, it's gonna change up some factors for sure.
Yeah, and for our viewers who might not understand that terminology, tight would mean the front of the car wants to push up the track in the turns, correct? And the loose means the back end wants to come out, right?
That's correct, yeah. When you're tight, you're about to take the wall down with the front end of the car, and when you're loose, the back end wants to catch the front end.
Jay Cox remains top of the board right now. Best time 20.312. Connor Maltese second with a 20.498. And then it's Sobalski in the 10C, 20.845. That'll do it for Group 1 qualifying. There you see the 00 Jay Cox top of the board after Group number 1. Colton Everingham, his best time was a 21.007. There's Colton right there coming into the pits from the backstretch entrance. And we'll roll out the cars for Group number 2 in this Daco Superstock group qualifying session. And no intermission as far as what we see from the built agenda here by the racing officials. Looks like we'll go right into the Hot Rod 25 lap feature after the group qualifying. I think they might have built this race day schedule based on what the radar was showing for tonight, Phil. You never know because there's no intermission built in here.
Yeah, I've been part of a couple United Racing Series events here with the bone stock division, and they seem to always have a little bit of an intermission, but they do like a driver intro on the front stretch kind of as their intermission,
right.
And sometimes an autograph session. So today, yeah, it doesn't look like it for the super stocks and hot rods and mods, but man, I absolutely love that 77 car. That's one of my favorite paint schemes, just the colors on it. Hopefully Daryl has a good qualifying effort here.
Yep, Darrell Lake in the 77, still experiencing very, very light drizzle here at the half mile, but we're still good to go. Sean Gibbs on the flag stand has given the white flag. It looks like he's going to pace this field with the 77 of Darrell Lake. We'll see if he gives the 77 a green flag. Yes. So Darrell Lake will be the leader car here for the group qualifying. I think they're doing 5 laps.
Yeah, then you got the points leader there, the 93 Carson Nagy. He says his car's quick. He didn't want to do too many changes there after practice, so we'll see how he does tonight.
The 43 is Jay Dewar with the new 2024 paint scheme. And out there as well is the 83 of Brody Rickwood. I believe that's the 83 on the back stretch. There's the 77 of Lake.
That's 83, yeah, it's Brody Rickwood. I believe that was actually Nick Ramsey's car that he was running, and they put Brody in.
And the 33 out there right now is Roy Wilkie, or is that a 03 on the back stretch? It looks like a 03.
That's the 83.
That's the 83, okay,
yeah,
thank you.
And then that's, yeah, Wilkie back there with the 33.
33 is Roy Wilkie. There's the 93 of Carson Nagy. And he goes immediately to the top of the board with a 20.204. Darrell Lake up to the second spot now. His best time at 20.278. Nagy just beat his previous time. So it's now Lake to the top of the board. Darrell Lake with a 20.122. They're going back and forth here. The 77 of Lake, the 93 of Nagy. Now Brody Rickwood to third spot on the board with a 20.278. Jay Dewar in fourth, 20.281. He's in the fourth spot. There's Darrell Lake along the backstretch here. White flag on the speedway. One more chance. Now we go to the 93 of Nagy. Nagy to the top of the board at 20.094. Last time by, Lake just crossed the start-finish line. Won't beat it. We'll see what Nagy does around the fourth turn here. He's already at the top of the board. And he couldn't beat the 20.094. Jay Dewar will cross. He goes to third on that last lap. And the 33 is there as well. Roy Wilkie to the fourth spot. Brody Rickwood in fifth. So all 5 cars take up the top 5 spots after group qualifying from group number 2.
Yeah, they get faster as they go. Carson's had really, if you think about it, he's had a really good year and a half there. He was very fast last year, and it seems like he's just got the ball rolling, and they're keeping that momentum going.
Yeah, interesting story with the Nagy boys, Carson and Hudson, from social media a few hours ago. I'm not going to burst Jeremy McGrady's bubble if Jeremy's going to talk with either Carson or Hudson. But if he doesn't, I'll tell you the story a little later on. But a pretty interesting story from earlier today on social media regarding this event tonight as we go to group number 3.
Yeah, this group here, it's got the 28 of Ryan Dyson in it, and Ryan was fastest in practice, so we'll see what he can lay down here for a qualifying lap. The rain is starting to pick up a little bit here, so.
The 36 behind the 28 is Elaine Zardo, regular with the Delaware Speedway. Sean Chenoweth in the 89s on the track, green flag racing, and then Pete Vanderwish Jr. in the 7 car. are the 4 cars in group qualifying group number 3. And we'll follow Dyson down the backstretch. You can watch his show 7 o'clock Friday nights on Rogers TV. Ryan Dyson and his crew behind the scenes of a race car team. He'll come around right to the top of the board. 20.075, Phil. That 28 on rails early.
Yeah, he didn't change much. He said from the first practice on, he wasn't changing much. They did a mock qualifying there in the second practice, and he was top of the board with it. So
Lane Zardo to 4th quickly. Pete Vanderwist Jr. to 5th. So already knocking some of the top 5 guys off the charts. Dyson just beat his time, sub 20, 19.826 for the 28. Zardo's up to 3rd. Lane Zardo now in 3rd, drops Carson Nagy to, or sorry, 2nd, drops Carson Nagy to 3rd. And Zardo with a 19.958. Only 2 cars have gone sub 20, and they're the top 2 cars on the board right now. The 28 of Dyson, the 36 of Zardo. Nagy remains in the 3rd spot from group number 2. Lake remains in 4th. Pete Vanderwist Jr. up to 5th. 1 lap to go here for group number 3. This will be the last group of group qualifying for the Dayco Superstocks. White flag being displayed. Dyson, 1 more shot here. He's already at the top of the board. Checker flag in the air. Trying to beat a 19.826. He will not do it. Zardo trying to get the top of the board. He won't do it. Last chance for Chenoweth and Vanderwist Jr. Chenoweth across the line. No good. And Vanderwist Jr. sitting in 5th right now. He'll remain in 5th. So it'll be Dyson, top of the board. Zardo, Carson Nagy, Darrell Lake, and Pete Vanderwist Jr. Let's check in downstairs for the first time. The 3rd member of our team, Jeremy McGrady. Jeremy?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the number 4 machine driver of the OSCAAR Hot Rod Series, and Steve McCaw. Now, Steve, first time here at the track this season. We know going back to last season, you had a bit of an unfortunate incident. Take us through that and being able to get back here on the track here again this season.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I had cardiac arrest on the front straightaway. The great team here brought me back. Guys like Wayne Pilkey and the Verburns and Derek Clark and a whole bunch of people. Lucky to still be alive. I want to thank all of those people, but we're looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, obviously you got yourself in the feature race tonight. What's going to be the strategy for you, knowing this track and with the weather conditions starting to spit a little bit here? What's going to be the strategy to winning?
Going to the front and hopefully staying there and winning this thing. So I got to go.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, great story there with Steve McCaw, and we broadcasted that evening when Steve got in that health situation. Glad to see him back. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
From coast to coast, Rogers TV will take a trip across Canada to showcase the interesting people, places, and events from our communities.
Whatever. Jack 102.3.
This is not a drill. This is happening.
Get ready, because a new season of The Old Man is coming soon to FX.
Do you recognize me now?
Need to catch up? Stream the entire first season on City TV Plus.
Attention racing enthusiasts, Delaware Speedway has just launched its brand new online merch store. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a casual observer, this is your chance to gear up in style. We are shipping to anywhere in Canada or the U.S. DelawareSpeedway.com/shop has all the information. It's Chris Soares along here with Phil Gibbons. We have Jeremy McGrady down trackside. Happy Canada Day weekend to each and every one of you. It's raining a little bit more now. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we're going to try and push this card up, Phil. They're going to go quickly here with the Hot Rods feature.
Yeah, they're already lining everybody up. I haven't seen this in a while, actually. Even as a bone stock driver, they try and rush us, but this is actually very, very fast how they're pushing everybody out.
You make a good point. As we mentioned off the top of the show, Phil right now on the injured list, but hoping to get back behind the seat of a bone stock in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Take us through your journey and why you're on the sidelines right now.
Yeah, I had an unfortunate wreck there down at Delaware Speedway. Got into a wreck with another guy and unfortunately got knocked out in the car. And yeah, so just taking it safe. Had to get the car, somewhat straight and rebuilt. And I got a text tonight. It's good to go, but unfortunately, the brain's not good to go yet.
No, and that's the most important part. Looking forward to getting you back in the cockpit of a bone stock. Getting set here for the feature. We're going to go 25 laps here with the hot rods here, and the rain has picked up a little bit more. So interesting to note here, race fans, we're under a different series race direction for the hot rods and the modifieds who are with us here tonight. So we'll see how they handle light rain compared to how we're used to seeing the race direction from the Delaware Speedway officials. So right now, we are not getting them on track right now. They're all lined up on pit road, getting set to get on this track, but it has picked up just a little bit here. There you see the cars on pit road, and hopefully when we come back from break, they'll be on the track. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Saves you money, and that's the key on Qwick GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Tune in this week to Money Talks with Brian Seeley as we speak with a corporate lawyer from Siskin's Law Firm, as well as the incredible wealth management team from Canucci, Janitis, Allen Wealth.
Today, I helped a parent feed their family by connecting them to a food program.
Today, I helped someone connect with mental health supports.
Today, I helped a couple struggling to pay their bills access financial aid.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Orrs and Phil Gibbons joining us this evening, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady trackside, getting set for the first of 2 visiting touring series feature races. We'll start with the hot rods for 25 laps, I believe, and then 30 laps for the modifieds, and then the Decor Superstocks coming up for 50. We are experiencing some precipitation. They just set the cars out onto the track, as you saw just before we went to break. We're still under caution here, and we understand that the pace car is conversing with the flag stand as well as race direction. This is under the race direction of the touring series, not Delaware Speedway race officials. So as Phil and I were documenting before we went to break, it'd be interesting to see how they handle rain, and if they turn them loose here, where we're used to maybe waiting a little longer, maybe bringing them down pit road and covering them up. So we'll see, because there's no tread on these tires, Phil.
No, it's definitely really hard on water. Even in a bone stock, which I'm experienced with, I absolutely hate the rain.
But they would let the bone stocks run in the rain or wet because it's regular street tires, right?
Yeah. It makes it a little more difficult, obviously, kind of like the pumpkin smasher when at the end of the year here at Delaware. But yeah, it looks like they're going double them up here this time by, and it looks like we're going to be going green soon.
And there's Steve McCaw and that Ray Cullen red number 4. Great to see Steve back. It was almost, I think, and I'm sure maybe Chris or Scotty the truck might correct me, but it might be a year to the weekend where we experienced that Steve McCaw health issue at cardiac arrest coming out of turn 4 and hit the inside wall. We documented it very much on Rogers that particular evening. It was tough to do so, but great to see Steve McCaw back behind the cockpit of a hot rod. He's outside row number 1, getting set for 25 laps of feature racing with the visiting hot rods. And green flag, we're racing with a full field. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. McCall with a little bit of an edge up the hill and down the back. Trying to get to the outside of David Rockwood, the pole center. On at turn number 4, a year to the day, and McCall will lead on Delaware.
Yeah, that's quite the story.
Running turns 1 and 2, up the hill in turn number 2, down the back. The red Ray Cullen number 4 will lead the field down the back here. 25 lap feature. There's the 90 of Rockwood battling with the 47 of Steve Book, the 00 Trevor Thompson, and we got a car around. That might be, that's the 78.
73, Jordan Morris.
Sorry, 73. Thank you, Phil. Jordan Morris, a regular with the V8 stocks here at Delaware Speedway. I didn't see what happened to him. Phil, did you catch an eye there?
No, it looked like everybody got by clean, so I'm wondering if maybe he just got loose off the corner. There may be a bit of moisture on the track still.
So we're under caution here, as Morris will come around to join the back of the field. The scoreboard reset to 25, but I believe that to be incorrect. I think we've had 1, possibly 2 completed laps. And once again, a different race direction here for this series, so I'm not quite sure how they reset the field. With our Delaware series, you'll reset them to the last completed green flag lap. And I think they completed 1 lap here. So that will leave, that will put Steve McConney inside of row number 1. So they are crediting that. I think we should have 24 laps to go, but we'll go with the scoreboard right now. And that's a full 25 left on there. Looking at the online scoring, every car has completed a lap. So we'll wait to see. Nonetheless, we're under caution. And trying to push this agenda up. It's a 2-night stay for the hot rods, the modifieds, and the Superstocks coming back tomorrow. The campground behind the backstretch you shot just there. Pretty busy here on Canada Day weekend.
Yeah, where else do you want to spend your weekend though here?
Absolutely.
It's they already got a campfire going over there. They're ready to go for tonight, and to do it all again tomorrow with the APC series is you can't get any better than that.
Absolutely. If you're not doing anything, hop on to DelawareSpeedway.com. All the ticket information that you need, the pricing information that you need. There's the campsite. There's that campfire you're talking about, Phil. The smoke in the trees there. Guaranteed that's the smoke from a campfire. The trees are not on fire. And we are pushing this agenda because weather is in the forecast. Well, we've been dealing with weather. They early start at 7:10 tonight. We hopped on the air with you at 7:30.
Looks like they're going to go green this time by, but yeah, what a story with Steve McCall running up front. Like that's crazy, and it's a testament to the Delaware Speedway safety crew and everybody that helped out that day.
Absolutely, well done and well said. McCall will lead him out of turn 4. Still 25 on the scoreboard. Green flag, we're racing with the hot rods. And McCall will lead Rockwood and company into turn number 1. A nice little corner exit there for the 4, and he'll lead down the back, and the rest of the field will try and file in. Rockwood in second, Trevor Thompson in 00 to third, Steve Book in 4th, as they'll come around and complete another lap.
Looks like the 2 of Tyler Hahn and the 31 there, Ron Bromley, got into each other there, coming off 4th.
And the first 6 now, nose to tail. The 2 is Tyler Hahn up to 5th, and then Kenny McNichol Jr., long-time racer in the 77 up to 5th, or up to 6th, my apologies. There's the 90 of Rockwood, the 00 Trevor Thompson. That's second and third, respectively. McCall at the front of this field leads them down to the backstretch. I'm not quite sure why we reset the scoreboard. If we were going to do that, Phil, they should have put McCall back on the outside as they started the race. I'm a little confused, but we're racing nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. They might just said, hey, you know what? They didn't really lose any positions. Let's just get this show rolling with the rain that's possibly coming in.
Trevor Thompson in the 00, the 47 is Steve Book on your screen right now. That's 3rd and 4th. The 90 is David Rockwood in 2nd. The front 7 have gotten away from the rest of this field. As they'll lead them by Steve McCaw in that red number 4. He'll lead the hot rod train down the back. Side-by-side battle now for the 5th spot. It's the 77 of McNichol Jr. on the outside of the 2 of Tyler Hahn. Top of your screen, and McNichol Jr. makes the pass. So Kenny's up to 5th now.
Looks like the 00 here is making the inside lane work here on Rockwood and the 90, and that 00's got some serious pull down that Delaware Hill on the backstretch.
That's Trevor Thompson in the 00, getting by the 90 of David Rockwood. And now Thompson will try and set sail for the 4 of Steve McCaw. 6 laps in the books, 19 to go here. Hot rod feature under very light, wet conditions. We are still green on the racetrack, something we may not see or may not have seen yet in regular weekly Delaware Speedway racing, but we're rolling here with the Touring Series, and Steve McCaw will lead him out of turn 2 for another time.
Yeah, this battle for 5th place here between the 2 Tyler Hahn and 77 of Kenny McNichol, they've been door to door for 3 or 4 laps here.
So they'll come across the stripe one more time. There you see the battle right to your screen. That's McNichol on the high side. It was Hahn on the inside. And McNichol will make the pass again. So everybody now, single file, all the way back to the 11th position. Battle at the lead now. It's Thompson. He's tracked down Steve McCaw. Tries the crossover. He gets a nose in turn 1. McCaw to the outside. Thompson to the inside. The 00 trying to get there. McCaw trying to fight him off. Thompson looks to the inside again. Gets a nose in there in the left rear corner panel of the 4 of Steve McCaw. McCaw will fight him off again. Great battle at the front.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like McCaw's just kind of pinching him down a little bit on the racetrack, not giving him much room, but it's clean racing, and they're going to do it again going into 3 and 4.
Steve McCaw, his first time back racing at Delaware Speedway since a cardiac episode a year ago on this weekend, trying to fight off the 00 Trevor Thompson for the lead in the hot rod feature with 14 to go. And don't leave out the 90 of David Rockwood. He's just a couple of car lengths back in this battle.
Yeah, that's Rockwood's loving that in his windshield right now. You know, these 2 cars are battling, so it makes him a little bit slower when they're side by side and allowing him to get his nose into the mix.
Top of your screen, side by side battle for 4th as well. It's Kenny McNichol Jr. to the inside of Steve Book in the 47. That's a battle for 4th. About a half a straightaway behind this lead. There's McNichol Jr. in the 77. Hahn diving to the inside of Steve Book in the 47. Book trying to hold on. Now it's almost a 3-car battle at the front of the field. There you see 3 cars battling for 4th into turn number 1. McNichol Jr., Book and Hahn right there. About a quarter of a straightaway behind the front battle now. Side by side for the lead. It's McCaw in the 4. It's Thompson, contact, and McCaw will hold him off again.
Yeah, Thompson's trying everything on that bottom line. You can tell he doesn't want to spin him, but man, he's giving him room now by the looks of it.
And the nose of David Rockwood trying to creep into the screen here. They're side by side into turn 3. Early braking by Thompson in the gray 00. McCaw fighting on the outside, and Thompson's there now at the stripe. Give that lap to McCaw. Now they're even into turn number 1. Oh, something happened to the 3rd place car. He must have went into the pits.
Yeah, he's slow by. He's diving down.
He's diving into the apron in turn number 2. David Rockwood in trouble. Very slow along the backstretch. The front leaders have now switched positions. McCaw to the inside of Thompson through turns 1 and 2. And a great run out of turn 2 exit by McCaw.
Thompson's coming back on the outside here. He's giving him everything he can handle, and that 00's got some serious speed as well.
Almost contact again. Rockwood will pull into his pits. He's done for the night. Thompson with the lead now, trying to cut down. McCaw goes hard into the corner. Contacted in the left rear corner of the Thompson machine. And McCaw's got the lead back. Back and forth we go at the front of this field. Hot rod feature with 7 to go this time by.
This is some of the best hot rod racing I've seen this year, and these 2 are putting on quite the show. We got 7 to go. Hopefully they can keep battling like this.
Thompson seems to have more straightaways power, Phil, but Steve gets back at him in the corner under braking. Last time in turn 1, Thompson went high. There you see it. More cornering ability by the 4, but the 00 has more horsepower, I think.
Oh, they touch. Oh, they're wrecking.
Hard into the wall. Thompson slams into the wall. McCaw's there in front of McNichol. McCaw machine. Steve Book goes through, Hahn goes through, and caution with 7 to go, and a big wreck at the front of this field.
Yeah, Thompson and the 00, 4 of McCaw and McNichol there, they all got tied up in this mess on the front stretch. But it looked like Thompson got a little bit loose there, and yeah, I didn't see if they made contact coming out of 4.
And McNichol Jr. almost got by the wreck. Let's go to the replay here. Battling. Phil, take us through this.
Yeah, it looks like McCaw's just down on the inside. Right here, the 00 looks like he gets a little bit loose off the corner. And yeah, they touch as soon as they get to the straightaway here. And unfortunately, I don't think McCaw could get on the brakes soon enough. And did a nice job saving a clip on that car, but the rear end took a pretty hard shot.
Yeah, McCaw couldn't straighten it up. Now watch the 77 McNichol Jr. coming in, and he comes in late and smashes the front end of the McCaw machine, and Kenny had nowhere to go because he might have thought Steve was going to drift down the track on the front straightaway, and he thought maybe staying high was the answer, but we found out it wasn't. Here's a different angle here, Phil.
Oh yeah, that's
hard hit on the inside wall.
Yep.
See, McNichol stayed high. He didn't know the 4 was going to come back up. That's a great shot from our turn 1 camera. He anticipated Steve was going to stay low there, Phil, but the 4 came back up track, and Kenny had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's all that was right there. Was nowhere to go. Kenny did everything he possibly could there with to try and avoid that, but yeah, that hit on the inside wall there. That's a tough hit, and
so Thompson's loose right now. McCaw's coming up the track a little bit too. Now he's all over his hood, and he's got nowhere to go. He's going to hit the inside wall. Watch the 4 now. The 4's trying to correct all this time. And remember, the track is a little bit damp. And now here comes the 77, nowhere to go. Kenny locks the brakes up, but he's got nowhere to go. Hard hit on that right rear of the 77 and the front end of the 4. And there you see, here comes the 47 of Book and the 2 of Hahn. And now they inherit the top 2 positions when we restart.
Yeah, that was a tough hit. Hopefully Thompson's okay on the infield or on the inside wall there, because yeah, taking that on the driver's side door, that's never a good thing.
Caution on the Speedway with 7 to go in the Hot Rod feature. We'll be right back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Get your local sports fix with Goin' for Two, a show focused on sports and athletes from London and the surrounding area. Goin' for Two, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Rising from the ashes, spreading my wings wide. No more holding back, I've got nothing to hide. If you cross me once, you will feel my thunder shower. So don't mess with me, 'cause I've got the power. I've got the power.
The Bachelorette season premiere Monday, July 8th on City TV.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Under caution right now, 25-lap hot rod feature, and we're under caution. Chris Orris, Phil Gibbons, top of the tower. We're under caution for this reason right now. Phil, take us through what happened here.
Yeah, it looks like I said earlier, it looked like Trevor Thompson there in the 00 got loose here off the corner, and unfortunately got a little bit down and got into McCaw's right side. Steve, you could tell he was on the binders trying to get woed up. But
yeah, so we got 2 looks coming here. This is the first look from our top of the tower camera. We also have a look from our turn 1 camera. We do have on scene medical staff looking at Thompson right now. Steve McCaw is out of the car. Kenny McNichol Jr. out of the car. Here's our turn 1 camera, Phil.
Yeah, like it's just you know, you're getting loose, and yeah, unfortunately,
that's a hard hit.
Yeah, McCaw had nowhere to go there. I wouldn't blame him on that one, but Kenny does a good job here, you know, not hitting Steve head on.
And we got the 00 of Thompson out of the vehicle, which is fantastic news. There he is right now, talking with a couple of our EMS staff on location. And the EMS staff and our safety crew do a fantastic job, and you know that here at Delaware Speedway.
Yeah, you know what? I've been in a few wrecks here, just luckily minor enough, and but they're always right to your window as soon as you get out of the car, or if you're in the car still. But yeah, like we were saying, I was saying earlier, it's a prime example with the Steve McCaw incident that happened. I can still remember where I was that night when it happened, and we seen it on Rogers actually.
So Kenny McNichol Jr. in the 77 has rejoined the field. He's on track right now, so he was one of the 3 cars involved. And we are just cleaning up here from a 3-car collision with 7 to go here in the Hot Rod feature. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Thursday.
Most people that are have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, breaking through the stigma of addiction on Rogers TV.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Stay ahead of the curve with the latest Delaware Speedway fashions. From sleek tees to stylish caps, there's something for every speed aficionado. And the best part, new products are continuously being added, so you'll always be on the cutting edge. Rev up your wardrobe and show your love for the track. DelawareSpeedway.com/shop has all the information, and we remain under caution here with 7 to go in this Hot Rod 25-lap feature. And here's why. You take us through this replay here, Phil Givens, who joins us this week.
Yeah, it's just the 00 of Trevor Thompson there gets loose on the outside and kind of comes down the track a little bit into Steve McCaw's right side. And unfortunately, Steve couldn't get on the brakes soon enough and sent the 00 to the inside wall here.
And it's a hard hit. He was looked at by EMS staff. He got out of the car before we went to break. That's a hard hit, Phil.
That's a tough one. That really hurts those driver side impacts.
And you see McCaw, and now you see the 77 of Kenny McNichol Jr. had nowhere to go. And why he had nowhere to go, that cues our second replay from our turn 1 camera. You'll see the 77. Here's the contact for the leaders. Now watch back. There's the 77. So watch what he's doing compared to the 4 McCaw. He thinks McCaw's going to go low right there. McCaw spins back up track. Kenny's got nowhere to go. And McNichol Jr. slams into the front of Steve McCaw. Now McNichol Jr. has returned to the track, fixed the damage on the right rear, and he is right there awaiting the track to go away from red flag conditions. Now when the track is in red flag conditions, that means you must stop as soon as you safely can do so. The only way that a race car can move under red flag conditions is if A, they're told to by officials, or they're in the immediate area and have to get out of the way because the cars that need attention are in the way. So we're under red flag conditions right now. Phil Givens joins us here top of the tower with some great racing at the front of this field till we went caution.
Yeah, those two were door to door for the last 10 laps, and unfortunately they came together off of 4 and tight racing, and it wrecked 2 cars here. We're lucky that Kenny could keep his car out here. He looked like he had something for the field tonight as well as he was working his way up through.
So the 00 is going to be hauled away. That's the third of 3 cars involved in this collision. There you see the 4 of Steve McCaw. And there you see the 00 right now, the Thompson machine. And now track officials or track safety crew cleaning up the spill, trying to get some quick dry on there. And then we should be good to go racing. We have been fighting the weather since the start of this night, and the track got going at 7:10. We came on the air at 7:30. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 race car at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube vlog series right here on Rogers TV every Friday at 6 o'clock p.m.
There will always be a battle for our soul, but in making us his redeemed and holy people, God requires of us holy obedience. That way we stay alert. We let the old self die, and we stop trying to revive it and get there first.
Welcome back. There you see no cars in the front stretch. Why? Because they're right there. We're under yellow conditions now. Chris Soares, Phil Gibbons, top of the tower. And here's why. We're coming out of a three-car collision at the front of this field. Steve McCaw returning to the racetrack as a driver for the first time in a year in the red Ray Cullen number 4. And Trevor Thompson in the 00 battling for the lead. Thompson a little loose out of turn 4. Spins off the top of the nose of the 4. Hard into the inside wall. The 4, McCaw trying to correct. Comes back up the track in front of the 77 of Kenny McNichol Jr. Hard contact right there. McNichol Jr. remains in the race after some fixing up. But the 4 and the 00 are out of the race. And we are back under caution with 7 to go, and inheriting the lead is the 47 of Steve Book, Phil Gibbons. Now he's at the front of this field along with Tyler Hahn.
Yeah, these two are no stranger to the front row here. Tyler Hahn's the points leader currently right now after I think 1 or 2 races that these guys have done. Steve Book, anywhere you go across the province, he's usually at the front of the field.
So, as we mentioned before we went to break, we've been trying to beat the weather all night long to the point where the track started about 20 minutes before our broadcast time at 10 after 7. We've had a steady, very light though, drizzle here. They've continued to race, so we're still good to go. Under caution, waiting for the double up white flag sign here from the flag stand, and then we'll turn them loose for 7 laps. We still have the modifieds to do 30 lap feature. And then our Dayco Superstocks will do 50 laps. That's still the intended agenda here at the half mile in Delaware. A 2-night event here. Doubleheader tomorrow, including the APC series here at Delaware Speedway. Still, tickets available, DelawareSpeedway.com. Part of your Canada Day long weekend, and whatever plans you may have. In addition to watching right here on Rogers TV. Hope they are great plans and hope you have a fantastic long weekend. Hey, if you're not doing anything on Monday, you can come down and join me at the beach in Grand Bend. We got bands starting at the beach at 3 in the afternoon, leading into fireworks at 10 o'clock. It's going to be a great time on Monday. We're set to go racing here. I think we're going to get the white flag next time by. Steve Book's your leader. Tyler Hahn, as Phil mentioned, the points leader outside row number 1. Kenny McNichol Jr. has rejoined the race at the back of the field in the 77. We'll see what McNichol can do. Heavy damage on that right rear, but good enough to continue. White flag displayed on the speedway. There's the 77 of McNichol Jr. White flag on the speedway. 7 to go when we turn them loose here. The 47 of Thomas Winch has just ducked off the track in turn number 4 and going to his trailer, so he might be done here. As the field continues to pace down the backstretch, the Delaware Speedway pace car will duck down in the apron in turn 3 here, I would imagine. No indication that we're going to keep it, throw another lap of caution. They're going to go here. Steve Book will bring him to the line. The points leader, Tyler Hahn, on the outside. We're set to go, 7 to go. Hot rod feature. The look to the stand. Green flag, we're racing again with the Good start by Hahn on the outside. Book trying to fight back on the inside here. Side by side up the Delaware Hill in turn 2 and down the back. Good run by Hahn down the backstretch. Book trying to fight back on the inside, and he will. They'll be side by side out of turn 4, and Hahn will lead that lap.
Yeah, Hahn looked like he was pretty good off of 2 there. He got the run down the Delaware Hill, just like it looks like he's going to get right now again. And but I think like before with the McCaw and Thompson, I think Book is actually better through the ends than Hahn is currently.
There's the black number 9. Cole Weavers comes to the front to battle. The 6 is Rob Bromley in 4th. Matt Hopkins rounding out the top 5. Good recovery by the 73 of Jordan Morris, who spun early in the feature. He's up to 6 now. And the lead 5 trying to get away, led by the 2 of Tyler Hahn. 4 to go this time by.
Yeah, Hahn looks like he's pretty smooth. He's just going to get into a rhythm here and tick these laps off. But yeah, like you said, Jordan there, the 73, Jordan Morris, you know, he's been running V8 stock all year, and he's having a pretty good showing for being out here with the hot rods.
The only difference now, Phil, is he doesn't have to take his foot off the gas. They have that 21.1 second breakout in regular weekly series racing, but not here tonight. Kenny McNichol Jr. contact at turn 1, and somebody's around. Big wreck at turn number 1. Kenny McNichol Jr. trying to force the issue here. Made it 3 wide at the end of the front stretch in contact with the 31 machine of Jamie Cairns. And we're cautioned with 4 to go on the speedway.
Yeah, it looked like Kenny dove to the bottom to go 3 wide, and I don't think the other 2 knew he was there.
What do we got here for a replay here? Here it is. There's Kenny diving out of turn 4 to the inside. Cairns on the inside. He's going to keep forcing this issue. Into turn number 1, contact with the left rear coming right there, because the 31 of Cairns was coming down for corner entry, right, Phil?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they have spotters or whatnot, but he might not have known Kenny was there. And then the black 17, that's Haley McNichol in what looks like to be a kind of a modified kind of truck kind of thing.
It's actually a Chevy C10.
Oh, really?
Pickup truck. There's 2 of them in the field. One's a C15 and one's a C10. But yeah, looked like Kenny pushed the issue, and the 31 didn't know he was down there. It came down, and unfortunately it collected Kenny's daughter, Haley.
Yeah, so Cairns getting hit by both McNichols on that particular incident in turn 1. As McNichol Jr. tried to force 3 wide. Jamie's looking for you to run that ISO computer through that replay, and he's watching. And we're going to get a white flag here, I believe, this time by. And we'll see the replay one more time. There's the 77 of McNichol Jr. trying to force it 3 wide into turn number 1. And Cairns is going to come down for corner entry here, and McNichol is there. There's the 17 of Haley McNichol trying to avoid this. Gets just behind Kenny, and the 31 is right there, and Haley smashes into the left front of the Cairns machine, and that's why a second caution, white flag on the speedway now. So 4 to go. This time by, when we restart, it'll be Tyler Hahn in the 2, Steve Book in the 47. The 9 is there as well of Cole Weber. On the outside is the 6 of Rob Bromley. Then it's Matt Hopkins and Jordan Morris in row number 3.
Yeah, don't count out the 93 there. You got Barry Watson. I think it's 93 or 45. Sorry, Barry Watson.
Inside row number 4. Hahn will bring him out of turn 4. 4 to go when we get the flag here. Into the restart zone. If they're using it, I believe they are. Restart with 4 to go for the hot rods. Hahn and Book side by side into turn number 1. And great run by Steve Book. Wow. And he'll grab the lead and come right down in front of Hahn in the 2 machine. Great restart by the 47 of Steve Book. Front 2, nose to tail, 3 to go this time by.
That's exactly what Steve Book needed to do, was get that run on the high side, and hopefully he can do it again. It looked like he was a little bit tight on entry there, and but no, it looks like he's got a good run again.
And Hahn stayed with him that time, side by side into turn number 3. The 9 of Weber is right there, grabs the 3rd spot from Bromley, side by side for the lead, 2 to go.
Steve Book's using all the track he can use now that as he dives in, trying to get on the inside.
Yeah, trying to cross over there. The 2 is Hahn, 47 is Book. There's the 9 of Weber. And the 6 of Bromley. They're all right there. Out of turn number 4, white flag on the speedway for Tyler Hahn, the points leader. Half a mile to go for the number 2. Last time through turns 1 and 2. And down the back, the front 6 all together. There's your front 2, Tyler Hahn in the 2, Steve Book in the 47. Through turns 3 and 4, one last time, double checkers in the air for Tyler Hahn will win the Hot Rod feature. Followed by Steve Book, Paul Weaver, Rob Bromley, Matt Hopkins, your top 5. Jordan Morris, Steve Ecker, Kenny McNichol Jr., Barry Watson, Connor Ellis round out your top 10 in the Hot Rod feature. But there is your winner, the points leader of Tyler Hahn. Could say in the right place at the right time with that 3-car crash earlier on in the feature at the front of the field.
Yeah, I don't think the 2 or even Steve Book there in the 47, I don't think that they had a car to beat McCaw and the 00. But yeah, right place, right time. And how to keep your points lead by winning. Absolutely. Momentarily, we'll send it down trackside. We'll hear from track announcer Jordan Maudsley, who will speak with the feature race winner, the 2 of Tyler Hahn. And up next will be a 30-lap feature with the visiting open-wheeled modified division. If you remember, the open-wheel modifieds were a weekly division here at Delaware quite a few years back. There you see Tyler getting set to climb out of the 2 machine. And there he is, the winner of your Hot Rod feature in the 2, the points leader. Tyler Hahn will send it trackside to Jordan Maudsley.
Tyler Hahn out down here in victory lane. Hahn, you had some restart issues early on. Looks like you had that figured out near the end. Walk me through that one.
We've been a little off all day. It's been a little frustrating, to be honest, but that's a telltale story right there why you never give up when you're racing, even if you're running 5th, 6th, even last place. You never know what's going to happen up front.
You're up there the whole time, obviously paid off at the end. How good does it feel to come away with the victory?
It feels amazing. Like I got to thank Seton Structures. I got to thank Tire Depot Barry. I got to thank Georgian Contracting, Simcoe Gases, ImageReps.ca, Fox's Bakery. A guy I grew up with, he passed away last weekend. So, I guess this one's going to be for him. We're going to miss him. And, thanks, everybody. And, thanks, Delaware and APC for having us here.
Tyler Hahn with an impressive performance. Brings it home here in the OSCAAR.
Tyler Hahn, your Hot Rod feature, a special win and a special dedication. More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
Playing whatever. Jack 102.3.
This is not a drill. This is happening.
Get ready, because a new season of The Old Man is coming soon to FX.
Do you recognize me now?
Need a catch-up? Stream the entire first season on City TV Plus.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Soares, Phil Givens, top of the board, top of the... All right, let's start that again. Welcome. Top of the hill right now. We have Jeremy McGrady downstairs looking for some interviews. Not a bad hot rod feature, in your opinion?
No, it was a good race, and there's that first portion was great side-by-side race, and unfortunately, they wrecked out, the two of them, or three technically with Kenny McNichol in there, but yeah. great for hot rod racing.
Yeah, it's a touring series. They'll be back tomorrow here as well. Same with the modified series that we're just about to see for 30 laps as we go back to the track. And we're going to have 30 laps here for the modifieds. Here at Delaware Speedway, and the rain's the light drizzle's kind of dissipated here, Phil.
Yeah,
we might actually get all this in.
This is good. I'm enjoying this now, and yeah, we're gonna get the mods out here, and then obviously the Superstocks will be doing their big race, and hopefully this one goes smooth and keeps everything on track.
Yeah, so we're set for 30 laps here. The 50 lapper for the Superstock still to come, which will be a good race in itself as well. So we're just getting the field all sorted out. We do have track officials on the track right now, just checking things out and making sure that the half mile is good to go. Now, if you're not familiar with Delaware Speedway, if you look at it from the top side, it's an egg-shaped half mile track with turns 1 and 2. And actually, this is a perfect segue because I'll ask Phil about this. The distance between turns 1 and 2 is shorter than the distance between turns 3 and 4. So from a bone stock point of view, I would assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you either want to set up a car for turns 1 and 2, which is good handling, gets a good run down the backstretch, or you want to set it up for turns 3 and 4, which you can carry more speed through. What do you do?
When we were down here last year racing, we'd have the car a little bit loose in 1 and 2, and it would be perfect for 3 and 4.
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah, so that's the egg-shaped Delaware Speedway half mile here, as I think we're going to display the white flag next time by. It'll be, looks like the 69 of Wally Wilson will be the pole car. Outside row number 1, Steve Trendall. Row number 2, Brad Pearsall and Jason Keane. And we're going to throw the caution at least one more time here. We have a slow car in the backstretch. TJ Edwards, Marshall Schrank in row number 3. Ryan Dick, Mark Hammaker in row number 4. And it's the Dave Mathers machine on the backstretch in the 48. So they're going to have to tend to that car. And here comes part of our safety crew here at Delaware Speedway. Maybe a little push into the pit area.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, you don't even get to take the green here, but hopefully they get it fixed up here in the next couple, minute and a half or so once it hits pit lane. And funny little story, Wally Wilson up front there, he's got a crew guy that says he'll shave his head if Wally wins tonight.
Really? 30 laps for well, there's a lot on the line then for the 69. And you said a crew member said that they would.
Yeah.
Phil was down in the pit area early before the drivers' meeting, got all this insight. Any other bets that we should be aware of, Phil?
I didn't hear any more bets. The biggest news was that Jamie Cox would be coming out tomorrow night for the show with the modified. So hopefully he figures that out and gets it out tomorrow.
Yeah. I remember back when I worked here at the Speedway as a track announcer, watching Jamie win multiple titles in the open-wheeled modified. That was awesome to see. There you see the 48 of Dave Mathers being pushed down the backstretch. I think they took him all the way around the track, either to try and get him started or to bring him back in. And now he's coming into the rear entrance of the pits from the backstretch. White flag on the Speedway. So here we go, 30 laps to scheduled distance here for the modifieds at Delaware Speedway.
Yeah, keep your eye on the 34 TJ Edwards and 22 of Marshall Schrank. Those two were 1 and 2 in practice all day.
All right, so they are both starting in row number 3. It'll be the 69 of Wally Wilson, the pole car, looking to win checkers here and guarantee a crew member losing his hair. That was the bet you said, right?
That is the bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Wilson will bring him out of turn 4 for 30 laps, modified touring series, day 1 of 2 here at the Speedway. Green flag, we're racing. Let's start for Wilson. Trendall trying to fight back on the outside, and they'll work the back for the first time under green. To the inside comes the 18 of the 15 of Brad Pearsall, trying to get the second spot, and Pearsall will get it with a great run out of 4.
problems with the points leader, 34, TJ Edwards. I think he's going to stop here on the front stretch.
Just went by the flag stand. He might be coming to a stop here. Caution on the speedway as the points leader in trouble. The 34, TJ Edwards.
I've seen a little puff of smoke off the exit of 4, and he right away had his hand out the window, so hopefully it's nothing too major.
So we'll send you just saw the side-by-side from the safety crew come by your shot there. Going to turn around and come to the backside of the 34. Replay here. Here's the 34 down the back. Getting by the 22 of Schrank. At speed still. Now into braking. And contact into the 18 of Keene. Looks still to be okay. Another shot to the back of the 18. And there's sparks out the back, Phil. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's might be something.
Oh, something just fell. You see that? Came right off. There you see it in the middle of the track. Phil, you might know that more than I would what that is.
That looked like a drive shaft or a
great catch by our camera crew.
Drive shaft yoke or something like that, or maybe even the front side of the rear end.
Definitely, and then the left hand of Edwards comes out the window to tell any oncoming traffic, hey, I'm in trouble. Good catch by our camera crew for sure. And you can see he's upset. Very, very upset. The points leader, TJ Edwards, out of the race. And I think they're just going to roll her up in the trailer and get her ready for tomorrow. Obviously, some repairs needed to that 34.
Yeah, as soon as he made that little bump on the Keene car there in the 18, it looked like it started to spark. So.
Yeah, take us through what you're talking about here, Phil, just for our viewers at home.
Yeah, TJ's just driving in, and he gave a few shots, so I'm wondering if he's kind of on and off the throttle there through the center. And maybe it just broke a yoke on the rear end.
Like, that's a good shot right there.
That's a good shot. And he's off the throttle, and then he'll probably pick up and get back on, but it's already sparking, so.
You think it's dragging at this point?
I'm thinking it's rear end. They got the back of the car.
Now watch coming out the left side. There you see it.
Yeah, that looks like the rear end braking.
Once again, fantastic job by our camera crew. All volunteers with us tonight behind the cameras for Rogers TV, and we appreciate their effort. They need to be here much earlier than Phil and I do to get everything set up, and they're here much later after Phil and I will leave the track to clean up, and we appreciate their efforts for sure, along with Chris and Scotty and Shane in the truck with us tonight.
I'd say now with this race here, it's anybody's ball game now. TJ has been the strongest car all year in this series, and unfortunately, with him braking, it's fortunate for some other racers because someone else is going to get a win here. So
absolutely. So we're still under caution here in the. Oh, there was a big spill. Big spill that they're taking from the middle of turns 3 and 4 all the way down here across the front stretch. So this is a lengthy cleanup here. Just ahead of the truck, you'll see it right about now. That's where they started laying that quick dry. It comes all the way around, and they're still laying it past the start-finish line.
I'm going to say it's definitely something drive line that's let go with that much fluid coming out.
Yeah, absolutely, and they stopped dropping it at the patch from the hot rod collision. Where they have to clean up and put some quick dry down there as well on the inside wall of the front stretch. So a lengthy cleanup, which means we got a chance to step away, and we will. We'll be right back. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
For over 50 years, White's Rental has been providing local contractors and members of the DIY crowd with professional quality lawn and garden tools, aerial lifts, and construction equipment. White's Rental, we have the right equipment to make your project easier.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
you.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Soares, Phil Givens, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down the trackside. We're still under cleanup conditions there. You see, there's some nice trailers out there, Phil.
Oh yeah, there's some big money here. A couple nice toter homes. You know, I'd love to have that for the bone stock. Just, you know, when you camp for a few weekends, but it's a little out of my means. And yeah,
Bone Stock's back in action. As a matter of fact, next week, our next broadcast here on Rogers TV, a week from tonight, 7:30 on air for Stock Night. Bone Stock, Superstock, and Street Stock. I love when we get a call late from the truck saying, hey, you're on camera, then we got to turn the light on because it's getting a little dark here. Good evening, welcome, happy Canada Day weekend to each and every one of you. We are still on our cleanup conditions here at the inside of our modified feature race for 30 laps. We have 11 complete. Still to come, 50 laps from the Dayco Superstocks. That's going to be a good one. Phil Givens joining us from the Bone Stock roster tonight. We appreciate it. Still dealing with some injury stuff, and hopefully back in the next 2 or 3 weeks behind the wheel of a Bone Stock, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Don't forget, you can go to DelawareSpeedway.com for all your ticket information. This is night one of 2 nights here, Canada Day weekend at Delaware Speedway. More action here tomorrow, and hopefully more action to come on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Thank you to all our volunteers who come out to Rogers. I greatly appreciate every single one of them that come out. We have a great time, and being a volunteer myself many moons ago, it's a great start to a career, and it's also better than picking up trash off the side of the highway.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Soares, our guest color commentator, is Mr. Phil Givens, who joins us this evening. Jeremy McGrady as our third member of our team down trackside. Still under caution here inside the Touring Modified Division visit, night 1 of 2 for these cars. They'll be back on the half mile tomorrow, part of the Canada Day doubleheader here at Delaware Speedway. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the month, if you're into monster trucks, it's the Monster Truck Throwdown here at Delaware Speedway, July 26th and 27th. All the information, of course, as you know, at DelawareSpeedway.com. We'll be back with you next week for Stock Night with the Bone Stocks, the V8 Stocks, and the Super Stocks. We'll be on the air with you at 7:30. And I was talking earlier tonight about some of these series coming back to Delaware. The United Racing Series coming to Delaware the weekend of September 6th and 7th. The Dayco Superstocks, the Hot Rods, the Modifieds, so they are coming back another time tonight, or this year, the weekend of September 6th and 7th, along with the APC Series. So I wanted to make sure I knew that before telling you something that was not true. All right. And thank you to those of you watching on our YouTube feed and on Rogers TV. Thank you for joining us. Chris Soares, Phil Gibbons, top of the tower. 19 to go, 30-lap feature. The Modifieds on the deck here out of turn number 4. Green flag, we're racing again. It's Wally Wilson. We'll take him into the turn number 1, in through the quickie dry. A lot of dust flying. They're side by side for the lead. Here comes Brad Pearsall on the outside. And Pearsall will grab the lead before turn number 3. And Pearsall will lead the field. Look out! Wilson was loose in that quickie dry stuff on the inside of turn number 4. And now the 69 looks off the pace, Phil.
Yeah, I don't know if he scared himself a little bit there coming off 4, but I don't think all the oil was off the ground there. It's a little bit loose.
He'll get passed by the 22 of Marshall Schrenk as well. They're staying above that line of quickie dry now with 17 to go. Pearsall at the point.
Yeah, they've went single file here, and yeah, Pearsall's car looks really good off the corners and in on entry. So let's see if Jason Keane or Steve Trendle can catch him here.
Yeah, perfect call on that, Phil, because that's the battle on your screen right now. It's Keane in the 18, Trendle in the 46. And the 46 looking to the inside. Keane went really high in turn number 1. Maybe he got the left side rubber into the quickie dry with the 46 of Steve Trendle. Will grab the second spot as it starts to lightly drizzle again here. We've been battling Mother Nature all night.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple times any car that's going low coming off 4 is getting loose on exit of the corner. So they just got to stay above that kitty litter line, and they should be good to go.
So Pearsall way out in front now, a very healthy lead. And that lead exactly 2.26 seconds, no, my apologies, 1.40 seconds over the 46 of Steve Trendle. Now Keane's falling back into the clutches of the 22 of Marshall Schrenk, who's come up to battle for the 3rd spot. 13 to go this time by for the leader. That's Brad Pearsall in the 15. As you see them enter into turn number 1, they'll dive into turn 1. They'll climb the hill in 2 and fire down and back.
Yeah, and Steve Trendle in the 46 is going to have to do something here quick. The laps are winding down, and hopefully he can catch them. But
oh, they got loose. Schrenk got loose. They get those left side tires in that quickie dry, Phil. There's no guarantee they're going to keep it straight.
Yeah, it's a gamble every time they're coming out of turn 4.
Pearsall's your leader on screen right now in the 15 at the front of this field. They'll stay above that line of quick dry. All the cars will now, as Pearsall will lead him back in to turn 1. 11 laps to go here.
Yeah, it looks like Pearsall just gained about 1/10 of a second there on Steve Trendle in 2nd.
Light drizzle again, starting to fall here in the half mile at Delaware Speedway. With 10 to go now, the 50 lapper for the Dayco Superstock still to come, and we're trying to beat the weather. And right now, Pearsall's trying to beat the rest of this field. And so far, so good. It's almost a half a straightaway lead for the leader, Brad Pearsall. 9 to go. Very well maneuvering around this half-mile lap here, trying to stay away from what has become a slippery, quick dry lane, starting in between turns 3 and 4 and carrying all the way to turn 1. There you see the rest of it right there into turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Trendle's doing just about everything he can with that car, but everywhere he puts it, it looks like it's getting tighter and tighter, trying to push the wall down.
That battle for 3rd continues on. Jason King has it, and Marshall Schrenk wants it. Top of your screen right there. The battle for the 3rd spot. There's Pearsall, your leader. And we got a slow car. No head shaving in the 69 pit tonight, Phil, as Wally Wilson has just retired. So, lucky night for the crew member.
Yeah, I guess we're down to, that'd be what, 6 cars, I guess, on the track by the looks of it now.
6 to go. Pearsall just took it. There's the battle for third. It's Jason Keane in the 18. Marshall Schrank in that 22. Schrank a regular here at Delaware Speedway. In the Superstock division, right? Yes. Late model. No.
Modifieds.
No, but in regular at Delaware, I think he's Superstock, I think. You know what? I probably just made a mistake. I know he's a regular.
Honestly, I haven't been paying attention.
Some of the Superstocks over the last couple years, they've looked like a late model anyway, Phil.
Yeah.
With the body shape of Marshall Schrank running modifieds tonight in the 22. They're actually catching the 46 here, Phil, with less than 4 laps to go.
Yeah, it looks like the 46 having trouble off the corner there. Car's getting very, very loose. Might be a tire or something even going down. It just...
Jason Keane is there. And soon Marshall Schrank trying to track down the 46 of Steve Trendle. 2.5 laps to go for the leader. Steve Pearsall in the 15. Coming up on a back marker car. Should be the only difficulty right now for Pearsall. And a good lead here for the 15. Over half a straightaway lead now.
Yeah, Keane's about 2.5 car lengths behind Trendle there, so we'll see if anything comes of that.
White flag this time by for your leader, the 15 of Brad Pearsall. He'll take it right now. Trendle still in second, followed by Keane and Schrank. Last time through turns 1 and 2 for your leader. Down the back one more time. Modified Touring Series will be back tomorrow. Night 1 tonight. We'll go to the 15 of Brad Pearsall out of turn number 4. Double checkers in the air for Pearsall. Followed by Trendle, Keane, Schrank, Ryan Dick rounding out the top 5. And Mark Hamaker, the only car also running on the Speedway, will come home in 6th. And there you see the winner, the 15, Brad Pearsall, for the modified 30-lap feature here at Delaware Speedway. And momentarily, we'll hear from Brad down at trackside. And still to come, the Dayco Superstock 50-lap feature. And that should be a good feature as well, the 50-lapper.
Yeah, there's some top hitters in that, especially at Delaware Speedway. You know, Lane Zardo and all those guys. Carson Nagy, Hudson Nagy, Sean Chenoweth. It should be good.
Yep, absolutely. Pearsall pulling into Victor Lane now here at Delaware Speedway. And momentarily we'll send it down at trackside to Jordan Maudsley with the... There you see Kyle, our cameraman, doing a great job. Carrying that camera on the shoulder down in the pits all night long. Kyle does a great job for us down trackside with Jeremy. And Brad just getting set to hop out of that 15, and we'll speak with Jordan Maudsley momentarily. 50-lap Superstock feature still to come. There's takes the bucket off. I was looking at another monitor there and saw our cameraman. There, the Canadian flag, Canada Day weekend. There's Pearsall out of the cockpit. We'll send him down trackside to Jordan.
Brad, flag there pretty much had him covered. Run me through that one.
That was a lot. We've had a hard week. We had a little incident last 2 weeks ago. We spent all the 2 weeks putting this car back together. That was hard fought, well deserved, and I just enjoying the moment right now. I want to say thanks to Brian Williamson, my dad, my girlfriend Jennifer, Bill Stevenson, Junior Hanley, and all the sponsors that help us today. Couldn't do any of it without all them, and just happy to be here.
Brad Pearsall with an excellent performance down here brings home the
Brad
OSCAAR
Pearsall,
modified.
his car's for sale if you're interested. And I miss Ponderosa in town. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hello, I am Rachel Burdan, and I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
Tune in this week to Money Talks with Brian Seeley as we speak with a corporate lawyer from Siskin's Law Firm, as well as the incredible wealth management team from Canucci, Chinitis, Allen Wealth.
Rising from the ashes, spreading my wings wide. No more holding back, I've got nothing to hide. If you cross me once, you will feel my thunder shower. So don't mess with me, cause I've got the power. I've got the power.
The Bachelorette season premiere Monday, July 8th on City TV.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen, Chevrolet, Chris Orrs, Phil Gibbons, top of the tower. And getting set for the 50-lap feature for the Dayco Superstocks. Want to say thank you for messaging us from the Chisholm family, who's watching at home, and they a special message. They're glad that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's Joe and Joe Jr., the Chisholms there.
That's correct.
They've been a huge part of racing in Ontario for so long, and so thanks for that. And yeah, we'll be back and hopefully at the front again.
Absolutely, absolutely. Getting set for a 50-lapper here with the Dayco Superstocks. And we're about to clear victory lane and get them rolling. So Pearsall's car, which is for sale. Oh, we got a shot of the campground back there. Oh, volleyball net. Saw that.
Had a good view of Ray Morneau's Luna trailer back there.
Yep. There's some beauties there. Look at them. Very nice. Yeah, I enjoy camping. You enjoy camping?
I don't do too much of it, actually. You know what? I haven't been camping in years, to be honest with you. I'm always at the racetrack racing.
There you go. Now you can, as you can see, you can do them both in the same weekend. Camp and just a few hundred yards of walking to the racetrack, and you're set to go for the weekend. As we'll clear victory lane, and we're going to roll the Dayco Superstocks. It's going to be Dyson at the front of this field. The 43 of Jay Dewar will sit outside row number 1. Lane Zardo inside row 2 alongside Carson Nagy. Pete Vanuis Jr. inside row number 3 alongside the 77 of Darrell Lake. I think the 83 of Brody Rickwood inside row number 4 alongside the 89 of Sean Chenoweth.
Actually, that'd be the 33 of Roy Wilkie.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
Chenoweth there.
You are correct. 83 of that row.
Then we got the 00 of Jay Cox, and to the outside of him will be the 23 of Connor Maltese. And then Dennis Sobalski will be behind on the inside with Colton Everham in the 48 on the outside. And bringing up the rear of the field will be Hudson Nagy. Man, they've been struggling with that car the last couple of weeks, trying to find a miss. And
yeah, so we did tell the viewers of a story from the Nagy family. I'm going to assume Jeremy didn't have time to talk with the Nagy boys. They're busy getting ready to race anyway. So Carson posted on Facebook probably now, I'd say probably now 3.5, 4 hours ago. Hey, we need a spotter for the 36N, which is Hudson, tonight at Delaware Speedway. If you're interested, let me know. And they actually found somebody. They're going to do in-car introductions right now, but that's a cool little story. Social media, hey, anybody want to spot at the racetrack tonight? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think they got a driver that...
Actually, Phil, sorry, we're going to get your comments in a sec. We're going to go trackside for the introductions.
Out of Mount Hope, Ontario in the 36, it's Hudson Nagy. On the inside of row 7 from Innisville in the 48X, Colton Everingham. On the outside of row 6 from Hamilton, the 10C, Kevin Dennis Sobalski. And on the inside of row
so they're
6,
introducing the field, starting from the back and heading to the front. They'll let me know if we're going to go to that again. But you're making comments on that social media post by Carson Nagy today.
Yeah, actually, they found a guy that's been racing in the APC series a few starts this year,
Nice.
Brandon McFerrin, to come up, and he's spotting for Hudson. So Brandon's pretty well known in the racing world in Ontario, and he'd be a good guy to have on the radios.
So have you done any spotting?
No, I've never actually done any spotting. My wife always says I have ADHD, and I'm always a little bit scattered. So being in the race car, I'm good, but yeah, spotting, something would happen and I would take my eyes off. It just wouldn't be good.
Is she watching tonight and listening to your broadcast debut? Or?
Yeah, actually, she'll be at home watching.
Well, send a hello out to your family.
Hi, Nicole. You know, she's 7 months pregnant. We're expecting our first here in August.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, pretty exciting time.
That's awesome. You said she's 7 months along now?
Yeah, 7 months along. We were here to watch the Bone Stocks a couple weeks ago, and she was actually up on one of the trailers watching at 7 months pregnant.
So are you two of you? Do you already know what it's going to be, or are you going to get a surprise? Or
no, we already know it's going to be a little girl.
Oh, congratulations, and hopefully a very safe and healthy delivery to Nicole and the baby for sure. Congratulations. There's Dyson, the pole car here. What are you looking for from the 28 tonight, Phil?
He's going to be fast. He's been fast since he unloaded tonight, but he's also going to have a few guys behind him here. Carson Nagy, Lane Zardo, and obviously Jay Dewar in that 43 car that are going to be right on his back bumper.
So they just given the command to start engines, so they've all fired up now. Race director for Delaware Speedway, Sean Gibbs, is going to be in the flag stand for the Dayco Superstocks tonight. And there you see the pole car, Ryan Dyson. You can watch his show on Rogers TV Fridays at 7 p.m.
Here we got Daryl Timmermans walking down the center of the track, just making sure all the guys fired up and are belted in properly, and that'd be a long walk.
Yep, he just got to the back of the field, gave Sean the go-ahead. They're good to go, Sean. So Sean will turn them loose with the pace car here. And they're rolling. We continue to have a very, very light drizzle here, but we're going to go for 50 laps with the Dayco Superstocks. And if you're thinking about what's going on here for day number 2, the Hot Rods and Modifieds back in action. APC Series is in action tomorrow night as well. Pretty much the same kind of format, but you take out the Dayco Superstocks and bring in the APC Series. And it's the same lineup with the Hot Rods and the Modifieds tomorrow here at Delaware Speedway. All the information, of course, at DelawareSpeedway.com.
Do you have a pick for this one, Chris?
You know what? It's hard to bet against the 93 of Carson Nagy. I think with 50 laps, what do you think is a strategy here for 50 laps? Like most of these drivers drive weekly series, their feature is 35.
Yeah, I think they're going to save some tire here for the first 15 or so, and then they'll get back into their regular race plan. But they'll have to protect those right side tires. But yeah, I think for my pick, I think I'm going to take the 36 of Lane Zardo.
Okay, he's going to be starting inside row number 2, so both our picks are going to be in row number 2 tonight. And just doing a quick little couple of parade laps here. Dyson actually and Zardo running through that stage ride. They've called them all to run through the stage ride here from the flag stand and Sean Gibbs. And they've asked them to pick up some speed too to kind of work that stuff in. They don't think it's worked in well enough from the modifieds, I would think, Phil.
Yeah, I just don't think the modifieds had enough cars on the track to really do a good sweep of that stage ride. I know with the Bone Stocks we don't have that issue, and here running a feature, there's 40 of us out there. So, but with these cars, they're going to want this to be 100% perfect.
Yeah, I love watching you bone stocks go to work. I remember back in the day when we had those enduro races here at Delaware Speedway, and the field was 3 wide, and the grid was from the start-finish line back to the entrance of turn 3. That's how many enduro cars there were back then. Your car count in bone stock is amazing. What's it like working through traffic like that?
There's nothing else like it. It's almost like being in gridlock traffic. You got to pick the holes that work. Sometimes they don't work.
And no spotters for the bone stocks either.
No spotters. The last couple weeks has kind of proved that there's no spotters. They've tore up some cars, and that's not what you want to see, but most of it's great racing.
Waiting to see the white flag displayed here at this flag stand. We're going to go at least another lap of caution before we turn these Dayco Superstocks loose. 50 laps the scheduled distance here. It'll be Dyson Enduro in the front row. You can pretty much say the front 6, pretty much all regulars here at Delaware Speedway in the Superstock division.
Yeah, I was looking back a little bit farther. Sean Chenoweth in the 89C. I think he wanted to qualify a little bit better than he did. He had some speed in practice, but he's been here to Victory Lane before over the past couple of years. So his Superstock program is very, very good. I believe he's second in points in the series right now. And yeah, let's see if he can get it back to Victory Lane.
Caution flag waves another time here. And I believe Sean's going to go to the white flag here. We might see the white flag displayed next time by. They're going to double him up on the backstretch here. Night 1 of 2 here. Canada Day doubleheader at Delaware Speedway. Still plenty of time, plenty of room to come to the Speedway tomorrow. 1 to go is the signal from the flag stand. There's your front row. Dyson in the 28, Durer in the 43. Then you got Zardo in the 36C. The 93 is Nagy, the Superstock Delaware points leader. As they get set, they'll be racing next week here on Rogers TV in the stock night with the Superstocks, the V8 stocks, and the bone stocks. 14 Dayco Superstocks ready to do battle here for 50 laps. Base car ducks down into pit road. Ryan Dyson will lead him to green. They'll look to the flag stand. Green flag, we're racing with the Dayco Superstocks. Good jump by the 28, he'll lead him into turn number 1. Out of turn 2, Dyson's got the lead to himself. Zardo to the inside of Durer. The tip of the orange curve. Nagy right there as well. They'll close in under braking. And Dyson will lead the opening lap here out of 50.
Zardo's on the inside of Durer going into turn 1 there. I think they're going to just try and push Durer a little bit high here so he doesn't have much grip on the outside right now as the rain's starting to fall just a little bit here.
Zardo to the inside of Durer. There's Nagy in the orange 93. Side by side behind Nagy between Vanderwist Jr. and Darrell Lake. Dyson still at the point. Zardo clean now into second. And he'll set sail for the 28. The 43 of Durer dives in under the rear decklet of the Zardo machine. Nagy right there in the 93. No roar down the back. Side by side behind Nagy for 5th. Lake wants it. Vanderwist fighting him for it. There you see that battle. 77 is Lake. He'll grab that spot. Everybody goes to tail. Back to the 9th position now. And a battle now for 3rd. It's Durer in the 43. Nagy in the 93.
Lane Zardo's running the Ford motor, and everybody else up front with them's on the GM crate motor program. So it's kind of the oddball out there running that Ford.
Is there much difference, Phil?
I think they have the rule package pretty close now. Daryl Timmermans and Alex Nagy have got it figured out, and the Ford is a lot of people like the Ford a little bit more, but with the weight and everything, they can kind of even it out.
The field roars through turns 1 and 2. That battle for 3rd continues. Durer in the 43, Nagy in the 93. Zardo's caught the leader. So 2 distinct pair battles at the front of this field. for first and for third. We'll watch the battle for three coming out turn 4. Jay Dewar to 43, Carson Nagy, followed by Lake Vanderwist Jr. and Sean Chenoweth now up to the 6th spot. Sorry, 7th spot for the 89. And the rain's falling a little bit heavier now. 25 laps would be halfway. We're a ways away from that, race fans. Dyson continues to lead. Zardo right there in the 36. Then it's Dewar and Nagy on your screen. Battle for third. Vanderwist dives to the inside of Lake behind this battle for 5th. And the rain, it's a steady drizzle now. It's picked up a little bit.
Looks like Lane Zardo is just a little bit better on that corner entry than Dyson. He's making his speed there, but Ryan is very, very good on that backstretch with the hill.
Interesting scenario here as far as the weather, because as mentioned, Delaware Speedway race director Sean Gibbs is actually flagging this race. So he knows what it's like, and he knows what to do. If it gets a little too much, he can flag it right your way, maybe without even any direction from the tower. Now he's in conversation with the tower. But Sean continues to leave the track green as the battle for the lead comes out of turn 4. It'll be 40 to go this time by.
Lane Zardo's doing everything he possibly can to get there. He wants to be in the front if this rain does come.
Dyson in the 28, Zardo in the 36 right there. First and second, Dewar and Nagy. That battle's kind of subsided for now. And Dewar, there you see the tip of the 43 nose trying to reel in the leaders. That 43, maybe that car's come to Jay a little bit here, Phil.
Everything I've watched with Jay Dewar, it's usually 15 or 20 laps in, that car really comes alive. So we'll see what happens tonight.
The front 4 have distanced themselves now from the battle for the 5th spot between Lake Vanderwist Jr. and Chenoweth. It's Dyson leading a train of 4 at the front of this field.
Carson and Dewar there, they've caught the pack, and now we'll see who's got the best car.
Dyson, Zardo on your screen. Just under 38 laps to go here in this Dayco Superstock 50-lapper from Delaware Speedway on your Canada Day weekend. Out of turn 2 and down and back another time. Dyson will lead the Superstock train down the backstretch. Do you think they're kind of just settling in for now, or does Zardo want to get by him?
As a racer, you always want to get by him, but I think they're playing it smart right now. If you look, Dyson's running about half a car length higher in 3 and 4 than Lane is. So I think he's still attacking a little bit.
Last lap time, Phil, for the leader at 20.385. Do you think that's right on par, or they are driving a little bit to conditions right now?
Well, even with the moisture in the track, I don't think they're going to be running what they were during their qualifying period there earlier today. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty much on point. They're just, knocking laps off this off the scoreboard.
Dyson, your leader, Zardo in second. Then it's Dewar and Carson Nagy, your front 4. Then it's Lake Vanderwist Jr. and Chenoweth, your top 7. The 83 of Brickwood is in 8th, and then Cox is in 9th. As they'll continue to work laps here at the half mile. It's been a battle against not just your competitors, but against Mother Nature since the start of this night, race fans. Racing got started early because of the weather at 10 after 7, and they've been trying to beat Mother Nature ever since. That front 4, nice and tight, out of turn 2 and down and back another time.
Yeah,
Darrell Lake, sorry, go ahead, Phil.
I think they're just buying their time right now. They're just taking it easy, and they're going to make a push here probably with, I would say, 20 to go.
Look to the right of your screen right now, the red and black car. That's Darrell Lake. Now he's trying to bridge the gap between that battle for 5th now to that front foursome. Darrell Lake has left Vanderwist Jr. and Chenoweth and trying to get up to the lead 4-pack here. And they're coming up on some traffic now. Traffic about a straightaway away from the leaders.
Yeah, the 48 of Colton Everham's going to be fighting to stay on the lead lap here in a couple laps, and these guys are on the move.
Yep, and that's the tail end of the lead lap is 4 cars. They're kind of separated, but there is definitely the 3 cars battling for position. They're close together ahead of these leaders. 30 to go. We're 20 in, 30 to go, 50-lap feature. Dayco Superstock Series here on Rogers TV. Thanks for joining us. Chris Soares, Phil Giffens, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady, trackside. And Ryan Dyson continues to be your leader. Now you see the traffic ahead. There you see the traffic ahead of the leaders now.
There's 4 cars ahead of the leader here, and this is where we're going to see how good Ryan Dyson's car really is. Yeah,
it's also an opportunity for Darrell Lake. Continues to bridge that gap between the 6-7 spot car now to the lead foursome. And they'll go to the high side of the 48, but there's a 3-car battle at the tail end of this lead lap that they have to contend with. And I don't think these 3 cars are going to subside here. The 48 slow and will come into the pits. There you see the back marker traffic, and there you see the leader, Ryan Dyson, in the 28. He's left that battle now. Zardo's falling back into the clutches, or it's either Zardo falling back or Dyson turning it up a notch.
It looks like Dyson's kind of turning it up, but Dewar's inside of Zardo here, and that's going to slow that pack down.
Dewar looking to the inside of Zardo for second to no avail. The leader is in some traffic now. The first one's the 36 of Hudson Nagy, and that slowed up the leader just a little bit, forcing Dyson to the outside. Second through fourth can go to the inside groove if they want. Dyson will make the pass. Next up's the 23. Heavy traffic now for the leaders. Dyson remains on the outside. Zardo. Here's Carson Nagy to the inside of Dewar. That's for third. Just a few feet back. And Dewar plays a pick with Hudson Nagy in the 36N and traps Carson Nagy. And Darrell Lake has caught that battle now. Great job by the veteran Jay Dewar to use that traffic to cause a pick. There you see Ryan Dyson ahead of the 36 of Zardo.
Yeah, Jay Dewar used that pick perfectly to gain that spot.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to see him get on the move here and catch Zardo pretty quick.
23 laps to go. We've been caution-free here. Dayco Superstocks from Delaware Speedway. Dyson, Zardo, Dewar, Carson Nagy, and Lake are top 5. Then quite a distance back to a nose-to-tail battle for 6 between Vanderwood Jr. and Chenoweth.
Darrell Lake's given everything that Carson Nagy wants to deal with right now. He seems to be almost pushing him through the corners here.
There you see that battle right now on your screen. The 93 is Carson Nagy. The 77 is Darrell Lake. 77 looks strong, Phil.
He looks very, very good through the center of the corner.
Yeah, that 77 really bit in turn 4 there. You can see it. Trying to get under the 93. Gets a nose almost underneath the rear deckline of the 93. Not that time. Nagy's fallen back now from the battle for second with Zardo and Dewar. But continuing to hold off Lake for that 4th position. Laps ticking away here.
Looks like Lane Zardo just ran his fastest time of the race.
Darrell Lake was loose there in turn 2. You saw it. Lost a ton of track position. Battle for 4th, top of your screen. The lead, bottom screen. Your live scoreboard, left side of your screen. It's all right here on Rogers TV, live at Delaware Speedway on a Friday night. And it's Ryan Dyson at the front of this field, followed by Lane Zardo, Jay Dewar, Carson Nagy, and Darrell Lake. Top left of your screen, that's Nagy in the 93. The 77 to Lake for battle for 4th, and Dyson will lead the field, and Hudson Nagy's retired in the 36N. He'll go into the pits.
I think Ryan Dyson's just hoping this thing's going to go green for the next 18. He had some trouble at Peterborough Speedway. He was doing really well, had a good car, but the distributor wire fell off.
17 to go this time by for the leader, the 28 of Ryan Dyson. That battle between Nagy and Lake has subsided as well. Lake gave Carson a very good run there, but it's kind of fallen off now. Pretty even spacing between the front 3 of Dyson, Zardo, and Dewar. 16 to go.
Lane Zardo just ran the next fastest lap again.
And Jay Dewar did too, didn't he?
Yep.
Second and third just ran their fastest lap, folks. Here we go. 35 laps in the book this time by. 15 to go for Ryan Dyson at the point. Zardo and Dewar trying to track him down. Brake rotors glowing on the front of that 36. Lake has re-engaged that battle with Carson Nagy for fourth.
I think the gap between Zardo and Dyson is starting to shrink.
Last time by was .662. We'll check it now. Oh, it actually increased by a hundredth of a second, .672. As Zardo tries to track there, you see the battle between Lake and Nagy as they went out of your screen there. Lake trying to get to the inside of the 93 of Carson Nagy. So Lake taking another run at the 93.
Ryan Dyson just ran his fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, good answer. Talk about answering the bell, eh, Phil?
Yeah, no.
Battle for fourth, top left. Carson Nagy in the 93, Darrell Lake in the 77. Battle at the lead. Bottom right, Dyson, Zardo, Dewar. That's the top left is one of two distinct battles right now in the top 10. Carson and Darrell for fourth, and then back another ball for full straightaway. Vanderbilt Jr. and Chenoweth. They haven't left each other all feature long. That's a battle for sixth. Lake looks to the inside of Carson Nagy to no avail. Zardo, fast lap. 20.285 last time by. Here's that battle for fourth. Lake has a nose in. Gets to the left rear wheel well of Nagy, but he'll shut the door on Darrell.
Looks like Lane Zardo's doing everything he possibly can. He's kind of changing his entry on into the corners here to try and see if he can find some speed.
10 laps to go here. Danco Superstock feature. 50 lap feature. It's Ryan Dyson up front. Your battle for fourth on screen right now. Carson Nagy and Darrell Lake. I don't think these two have anything for the leaders right now. They're amidst in a battle. They have to concentrate on their battle. They can't concentrate on running good lap times. The lead trio still evenly distanced apart here. There you see them on a turn number 4. Ryan Dyson, 8 to go that time by. Does Zardo have anything for the 28? He's going to have to make a charge now, Phil.
Yeah, Dyson just put down another fast lap, so we'll see if he can close the book on it tonight.
And they have 4 cars that they're going to have to contend with here, possibly. They're a straightaway ahead of the leaders with 7 to go. You'll see them maybe right there. See the 4 cars going out of your screen under a straightaway ahead of the leaders here. And those 4 cars are battling for position. And Zardo's has closed the gap here now on Dyson. And it's at 0.68 seconds with 6 laps to go. Dyson's going to have to contend with these cars. Pretty sure of it. Through turns 3 and 4. Carrying the speed. Corner 4, exit. Back to the strike, 5 to go. Dive into turn number 1. Shorter distance between turns 1 and 2. Up the hill at 2, down and back at Delaware.
Dyson seems to be maintaining the gap between Zardo now, so.
These cars ahead of him, though, are side by side, Phil. It'll be 4 to go this time by for the leader.
Yeah, he's going to hit the lap traffic here. 5 to go. 4 to go, sorry, you're correct.
Live scoreboard left side. Your leader, top of the screen, the 28 of Ryan Dyson. The battle for the lead, bottom of your screen. The distance between Dyson and Zardo. They're coming up on 3 cars now. 3 to go this time by. If there's anything that Zardo has for Dyson, it's got to come right now as the leaders are into traffic again. We've gone caution free for 47 laps. Leaders down the back. They'll go to the high side here. Zardo's closing right in now. He's allowed to get the inside groove now until back to the straightaway. Will that play to an advantage? They'll both go to the high side here. 2 to go. 2 laps to go. A mile left for Ryan Dyson. He gets loose at turn number 2. Zardo is the closest he's been in a long time. Oh, under braking. Zardo is going to be there, maybe. They're coming to the white. White flag. And the 36 of Zardo is there with half a mile to go. The Zardo dive into turn 1, up the hill in turn number 2, and down the back one final time. It's Dyson and Zardo to settle it on a Friday night in Delaware. Into turn number 3, Zardo trying to dive. Ryan Dyson, flag to flag for 50 laps, will win it at Delaware Speedway. Zardo in second, Dewar finishes third, followed by Carson Nagy and Darrell Laker top 5. Pete Benowitz Jr., Sean Chenoweth, Brody Rickwood, Jay Cox, Roy Wilkie, your top 10 here for the 50-lap Dayco Superstock feature. What a race, Phil. Caution-free, no less.
I think Lane needed 1 or 2 more laps, and he was going to be right there. What a run by Ryan Dyson after last week's issue at Peterborough Speedway. Talk about going from the worst thing that could happen to the best thing that can happen in a race car.
Absolutely. We're going to go trackside momentarily. Top 3, we're doing top 1 or 3. It'll be Zardo, Dewar, my apologies, the winner. The winner, and then Zardo and Dewar. I think we're going to stay. I'm hearing from the truck. We're going to stay for all 3. Is that right, Chris? Okay, we're going to listen to the Ryan Dyson interview, and then we'll step away and come back and wrap things up from the half mile. Don't forget, night number 2 of this Canada Day doubleheader at the Delaware Speedway continues tomorrow. DelawareSpeedway.com for all the information. There you see Ryan looking for the flag.
Yeah, Ryan's going for the backwards.
Yeah, so just getting word, Phil, that they've moved it to Sunday. They've moved because we're expecting a lot of rain tomorrow. So, folks, if you're listening in, watching in, and you have tickets or you're planning on coming tomorrow, change those plans because they've just moved it to Sunday. Lots of rain expected tomorrow on Saturday. So the night 2 of the doubleheader will go Sunday from Delaware Speedway. I apologize for interrupting, Phil.
No worries. Ryan Dyson's just doing the Alan Qwick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Backwards lap with the flag.
Okay, so we're just receiving information for Sunday for you race fans coming. Gates are going to open at 2, and qualifying starts at 4:30. Gates open at 2 Sunday afternoon, race fans. If you're coming for night number 2 or afternoon number 2, part of your Canada Day long weekend at Delaware Speedway. No racing tomorrow. Now Sunday, gates open at 2 p.m. Momentarily, we'll set it trackside. What a great race. Caution-free, as Phil mentioned. Zardo possibly had something for Ryan Dyson. He waited till the last lap, didn't he, Phil, to put on some pressure?
Yeah, he was diving into turn 3 pretty hard there, but maybe just a little bit too late.
Absolutely. So momentarily, we'll send it down to Jordan to hear from Ryan after his 50-lap feature. So the card on Sunday now, not tomorrow. The card on Sunday is mirror image of tonight, but you take out the Dayco Superstocks, you bring in the APC series. They'll join the Hot Rods and the Modifieds, who return to Delaware on Sunday. And that's your card for Sunday afternoon. We'll remind you of that before we sign off tonight, but we're going to send it down trackside momentarily to hear from Ryan Dyson. He has a show on Rogers TV Fridays at 7. Climbing out of the car, Ryan Dyson, winner of the Dayco Superstock 50-lap feature. Let's send it trackside to Jordan Maudsley.
Waving the flag down here on Canada Day weekend.
Dyson getting doused. Zardo's getting them wet down here in Victory Lane. Dyson, you had him covered the whole night. Walk me through that one.
Yeah, this week, after what happened at Peterborough to us, we said we're not going away without being P1 in every session tonight here at Delaware Speedway, and that's exactly what we did. And that's just a testament to this team and this White Motorsports race car. It's just an absolute privilege to drive this race car, and what White Motorsports has done helping us build this thing is just incredible. So, the series has snake bit us so many times, between getting dumped from the lead to having to start at the back because we had a flat tire in qualifying, to just anything and everything. So to finally do it is it's well deserved, I think, and I'm pretty proud of this team.
I know you got a lot of people you want to thank down here.
I might need to take the microphone to thank all the people who help us, but Douglas Windows and Doors have been with us for a long time. Bingo Country, Dockshare Property Maintenance, APC. It's great to have all the people from APC down in Turn 1 tonight. Epic Racewear, like I said, White Motorsports, Castrol, Dockshare Property Maintenance, Johnny's Restaurant in Elmer, Jay's Detail Shop, Aeronoptics. I'm trying to think of all the partners we have in this car, but Mission Thrift Store is a new sponsor to us. I don't know if there's a car with more sponsors on it than our team, but I think that's just a testament to what we do on and off the racetrack, and I'm damn proud of this one.
Ryan Dyson led them all, completed the hat trick tonight, and brings home the victory. In the
Ryan Dyson, he's a host of a show Fridays at 7 on Rogers TV. He's a winner tonight in the Dayco Superstocks. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Welcome to Treat Yourself.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Chris Soares, Phil Givens wrapping things up from a battle against Mother Nature here Friday night at Delaware. Let's check in with third member of our team, Jeremy McGrady. Jeremy?
Thank you, Chris, and yeah, great night for racing. I apologize, only able to get the one driver in Steve McCaw. Steve, unfortunately, in the feature race, gotten into that collision there midway through that race, but other than that, a great night of racing here, and it's only just night number 1. Now, like Chris mentioned, night 2 has been moved to Sunday night, so that's a heads up for race fans here for this Canada Day weekend that the race for tomorrow night has been pushed to Sunday due to weather. Other than that, a great night here at Delaware Speedway as always, and I'll send it back up to you guys upstairs.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. We appreciate it, and that is correct. Jeremy says they're moving it to Sunday. Final details on that coming up. Phil Givens, your final thoughts on a night here, and thank you very much for joining us on Rogers TV. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was it's a cool and unique experience, and hopefully maybe do it again sometime.
You said that you like the view from up here.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful up here. I've never been up here, so that's cool. But yeah, just great racing tonight, and just hopefully Trevor Thompson's good there from that wreck in the hot rods. You never want to see that, but yeah, great door-to-door racing.
Well, we appreciate you helping us out, and we hope the next view you have here at Delaware Speedway is from behind your bone stock in a few weeks. Don't forget, night 2 Sunday, gates open at 2, racing at 4:30. Enjoy your Canada Day long weekend. Chris Soares, Phil Givens, good night.
Weight and so on and so forth, but obviously something like that applies and working fast. To me, it will take about 15 minutes to perform set size of a tattoo. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
So speaking about that, about the different skin, as the skin ages, it obviously loses elasticity.
Yeah.
Can that make it difficult to do tattoos?
Not really. You just have to be a little bit more careful, and the tattoo artist who knows what they're doing, they're just not gonna press too hard on the skin that getting thinner over the age, so to prevent the blowout. But other than that, you can perform a tattoo on anyone as long as they're healthy, because there's a bunch of contradictions. So that's what we have.
Sure.
Do you wanna have a look with a mirror? How it looks when it's straight? looks good. I like it. You like it? I do want you to stand up because, you know, it's a permanent. Just go have a look in the mirror so we can see. It does look beautiful. Here on the Leah, you can actually see the heel tattoos as well. That's been done by me. That's all fully healed.
Hold there.
Fully healed tattoo that's been done in a few sessions, right? So we've done, that one was the first one about 2.5, 3 hours. Then we did that one. And I guess it was this one, and then we did the whole thigh. You don't need to show it.
So is this sentimental to you then?
Yes, this is our logo. This is our Art of Beauty studio.
So is there a different type of, I mean, obviously there's, is there, like, this is fine line tattooing, so is that different than other tattooing, or is it?
It's a little different, yeah. I do use a different needle, so to draw together that fine line, so it's thinner, smaller needles, and I kind of...
Will that last longer? So I have a tattoo that I've had for a while. I showed you earlier, and for the viewers, it's not a fantastic tattoo, but the letter's kind of all blurred. Does that have a fine line tattoo? Is that will it like last longer?
It's probably no. You know, there is no tattoo that will last forever. You know, for our skin, for our body, that's a foreign substance.
Right.
And body, the moment you got it in, before you even leave my room, the body will start to try to get rid of a pigment.
Oh.
So I'm going to start tattooing. Obviously, I'm using a sterile needle, and I'm asking my client to get comfortable. But when we are tattooing, it's about your tattoo artist to be comfortable. Yes. So I'm going to stretch the skin. We're going to implement the pigment into a second layer of her skin. This is a pretty sensitive area. There is a thinner skin, so I have to be careful doing a tattoo here to prevent the blowout.
So now you also do the cosmetic tattooing as well, Nelly?
Yes, I do. I do perform powder brows. It's a little different from what Leah does. I do permanent makeup, eyeliner, and lip blushing.
Oh, wow.
So what about contraindications? Is there clients that can't have this done or reasons you wouldn't do it?
Absolutely. Not everyone can have a tattoo. You do want to make sure that the client is healthy, something that I'm always sending my clients prior so I don't waste their time. I will send them the questionnaire and ask them questions about their health, and then when they come in, they will sign up the form. I do have a form with all the questionnaires about the health, definitely some skin conditions, heart conditions, if you had radiotherapy, like, you know, chemotherapy and stuff, because there's a lot of contradictions that you're not supposed to be tattooing on people with this, but most people, if you're young and you don't have any skin disease and allergies, you can. But each topic is diabetes, for example. If it's a type 1, you cannot, but if it's a type 2, you can do a tattoo. So we have to talk to a client. It's always done during the consultation.
For aftercare, is it the same as what it was 25 years ago? Let's just put some Vaseline on it?
No. Definitely no. After I'm gonna be done with the tattoo, I will wrap it with a second skin aftercare wrap, which is Tegaderm. They use it in the medical field. I'm gonna ask my client to keep it for a few days, up to 4 days if they can. Not each area holds it for 4 days, but ideally, so then fine lines can heal. And after I'm gonna be done with the tattoo, I will wrap it with a second skin aftercare wrap, which is Tegaderm. They use it in the medical field. I'm gonna ask my client to keep it for a few days, up to 4 days if they can. Not each area holds it for 4 days, but ideally, so then fine lines can heal, and it will prevent you from getting an infection and will help you to keep the lines nice and fine, because obviously it's very important to have a good aftercare. You will need to avoid not a Vaseline. Vaseline is not good. We don't want to use Vaseline over your tattoos. No, it actually seals the skin and you can get an infection.
Oh. So as an artist, I look at around the room and I see most of your tattoos you do. You enjoy doing floral tattoos?
I do love floral. It's definitely my style. I do different.
Sure.
It's not only tattoos, it's just my favorite.
Yes. No, your work is beautiful.
Thank you. It's really not too bad. The fine line tattoos don't hurt as much as the normal tattoos because the needle is finer, so yes, it's less invasive.
And I don't apply too much pressure.
So tattooing can be addictive. Leah, do you think that you might be a bit of an addict?
Oh yeah. So there's a tea tree oils here. Yeah. So it helps to disinfect and clean up the stencil. Stencil is the blue part.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we're back for another fantastic season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to cook some great food with some really great folks. We're going to use some unique barbecues, and we're going to have a lot of fun. As always, I'm going to be wearing some pretty unique shirts as well. Watch Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff Thursdays at 7:30.
This is a brain in urgent need of mental health care. But because 3 out of every 4 Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, she may not get the help she needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Thank you to all our volunteers who come out to Rogers. I greatly appreciate every single one of them that come out. We have a great time, and being a volunteer myself many moons ago, it's a great start to a career, and it's also better than picking up trash off the side of the highway.
Dangerous strikers on planet Earth. Yuri Prohaska. He is absolutely sensational and a force to deal with. T-City. Ryan Ortega. This man is so dangerous. Diego Lopez. This kid is the real deal. Anthony Smith. He just finds a way to win. Carlos Ober. He knocks them dead. Ian Machado. Gary. Michael Venom Page. This is an unbelievable card. Let's go.
Welcome to our Season 2 finale of Treat Yourself. We are here at the Laughing Goat Yoga Studio, and we've brought our family to enjoy a yoga session with us, as well as with the goats.
And up next, we'll be at Fanshawe Culinary Program at the chef's table, and we hope that after all this, you guys decide to treat yourself. We're here with Sue, owner of Laughing Goat Yoga in Thorndale, Ontario. Thanks for having us, Sue.
Thanks for coming out.
Awesome.
My pleasure.
So, Sue, can you tell us a little bit about how Laughing Goat Yoga started?
Well, 5 years ago, I retired from a career with the London Police. I was there for 35 years, and my children had grown up and started their families, and I was looking for something to do. I'd never done yoga, and I had never had goats, but a girlfriend had shown me goat yoga on her cell phone as a giggle, and the minute I saw it, I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I called my father, who is my rock, and he can build from dirt up, and I said, we need to build a goat yoga studio, and he said, what the heck is goat yoga? Which is what everybody says when they hear about it.
Which I think is what everybody said to us when we said, hey, we're going to do goat yoga.
Yeah,
and people will say, is that a real thing? And so I created the Laughing Goat Yoga Studio. My dad and I built the studio. I researched the miniature goats, and I started up. And once the customers started to come in and the photos went out on social media, the next thing I knew, I'm booked solid.
That's
People
amazing.
love it.
How many goats do you have?
I have 11 goats. They're all miniatures.
Okay.
So some are fainting goats, and yes, they do faint.
And how do they faint?
Well, if you
Like
read
this?
about it, they tip over.
Right.
Blueberry, one of my goats.
Blueberry.
Blueberry. Yeah, he's the daddy of all the babies. He had a very busy November. he will freeze up and he will tip over.
Oh,
and
wow.
he usually can get himself back up. If not, give him a little hand.
That is wild. I can't wait to see this.
So how did you think, what business should I get into? Goats, yoga, how did you think to pair them together that it would work so well?
It wasn't my idea. I didn't create it. I copied it. I think a woman in the States created the idea. Okay. And when I saw it on someone's cell phone, I knew right away that that was what I was meant to do. Mm-hmm. And I get to host the most amazing parties, and I meet the greatest people, because the people that like to come out here and enjoy the goats and the farm and the animals, they're my type of people. Yeah.
So now we're about 15 minutes from London.
Right.
You have a beautiful property, of
Thank
course.
you.
You had mentioned that you do host small events.
I do.
And also you said that you have a bed and breakfast.
That's right. So the farmhouse is a 3-bedroom, 5-star Airbnb.
Amazing.
I've been a 5-star Airbnb for the full 5 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a lot of repeat people now, because a lot of people like to come out for the weekend or for the week, and their children absolutely love the freedom of enjoying all of the animals, and they're very hands-on with the animals, which they really enjoy. And the parents really enjoy the property. It's a lovely place to come. I can host events. I have the best bar in Thorndale, the 30-foot live edge bar. I have a dance floor.
Maybe we can check that out later.
Yes.
Before the goat yoga or after the goat yoga?
Or both.
or during. We have tried that once. It doesn't work.
Fair enough.
Yeah, one of my goats drank more than he should have. So no more alcohol with the goats.
Yeah.
So
we noticed you do have other animals.
I do. I have peacocks. I have white peacocks. I have chickens, roosters, ducklings, bunnies, and of course the goats, and that keeps me busy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Well, I am a huge animal lover. I can't wait to get started with our session.
Yes.
And hopefully some other people come out here at some point and
decide to treat themselves. To treat yourself. Welcome back to Treat Yourself. We are here with Emma, the manager at the Chef's Table at Fanshawe College. Emma is going to take us on a tour of the beautiful restaurant and show us all the services they provide here. Hi, Emma. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, pleasure. We're here at one of my favorite sections of the restaurant, the bar.
Emma, can you tell us a little bit about this area?
For sure. Canoe runs the bar quite aptly, I would say. Every evening he teaches his students a few cocktails or two, and I'll let him speak right now to one of his favorites here for Valentine's Day.
I'm glad to be over here, first of all. So we have a drink called the Lady in Red. So as we know, the Valentine's Day is coming nearby, so we have this beautiful red color over here. So some of the key ingredients is like the gin, the lime juice, simple syrup, some of the raspberry conte or the raspberry juice. So we dry shake it with egg white, and then the second shake with ice. So you have this good froth on top of it, and just toss it with some hard garnish. So that is Our Lady in Red.
Thank you. That's so good.
Essential part of the team here is Chef's Table for all of our events, for both students and external customers, and Kellen and Valeria. I'll let them speak to their roles here at Pressure.
My name is Kellen Geddes. I'm the event and outreach facilitator for the Chef's Table. So I organize internal, external events within the college and in the restaurant. I'm also take part in the online store that we have, where we showcase products made in our bake labs, butchery program, and our culinary students. So, fair.
Hi, I'm Valeria, and I'm also the event and outreach coordinator here at downtown campus. I help to coordinate events that benefit students here on campus, since most of the stuff that happen at main campus, so we try to make them feel at home by bringing those events here. And also I promote social media, so I promote everything that the students are doing on social media. So if you have Instagram, follow us at Fancha Tourism and Fancha as EPA.
We're here with Tyler. Tyler, will you tell us a little bit about what your role is here?
Here at Fancha College, I am a mac and post technician, and I help the students come up with local cuisine. That's all student-inspired soups and edge entrees, such as our pear salad, which has red wine poached pears, maple vinaigrette, pomegranates, blue cheese, and then we have our steamed tacos, which have pickled cabbage, cilantro lime crema, and with salsa verde. There's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Yeah, it looks delicious. So you mentioned, the students do participate at times in creativity and all that.
Yeah, the students come up with the idea, and then I give them the avenue and the technique to apply said ideas. Because ultimately we're here for the students, and we want them to flourish and learn new techniques. So when they go on, they can use these techniques and be more valuable to employers. Perfect. Or if they really like working in a restaurant, then they'll continue down that path. Or if they really like bake, like upstairs, they'll continue down that path and stuff.
This is the Chef's Table Cafe, and our job is primarily putting students through a quick service for learning environment. So we have a different kitchen staff every day. Every group of students that comes in, they rotate to positions and prepare everything from lattes to bagels and hot line items. Miss Langemaid is here, and she kind of operates, runs the till, and shows the students how to make all the coffee. And then we have Cass, one of our first-year culinary students, who's going to prepare some sandwiches for you. Yeah. We're going to go from left to right, I suppose, and this will be our good morning soup. So this is our probably most popular item amongst the student body. We sell the breakfast bagel, so it's a pretty popular seller. Next we have the house-made pastrami sandwich. All of the breads you see here are either produced in the kitchen or in our bake labs upstairs by the bake students. Oh, wow. So the pastrami is on house-made marble rye. This is our prosciutto sandwich, so focaccia bread, shaved prosciutto provolone, and this is an artichoke wrap.
Hey, what's that?
So this is the brand of coffee that we use here at the Chef's Table Cafe. It's Asmara. It's a local coffee shop. I'm going to introduce Michelle Giroux. She's the Associate Dean here at Downtown Campus. And Summer.
Thanks for having us here, Michelle. Tell us about what programs are offered here at the Fanshawe College Central Campus.
Sure. So the London Downtown Campus has a variety of programs. We've got some from our Information Technology School, some from our Digital and Performing Arts School, and then the School of Tourism, Hospitality, and Culinary Arts is our biggest one. And you're sitting in the jewel of what this campus is built around, really, the chef's table. So we have programming from interactive media design, which is web design, to game development to animation, and then computer program analysis and the back end of web design. But then when you come over into the School of Tourism and Hospitality, we do hotel, event planning, food and beverage management, culinary, bake, food nutrition, food processing, and we're getting set to launch a brand new one called food product development, which is amazing, right? And everything is centered around a practical, hands-on learning environment, which is what this space is. So our programs that come through here after everything you've seen today is built around the food and beverage program and the culinary management program and that experience. And all of the learning that happens in here and on our third floor in our kitchens feeds into this space. Everything's handmade by our students and led by Emma's team and how it is executed. And it's taken us a long time to get here, but I'm super proud of the work that the team does along with our students and really gets them ready for industry and that entry-level practitioner role that they will hold in those various positions.
Well, that's fantastic. How long has the Chef's Table been open? Like, how long has this program been running?
So it's been running for quite a few years. It moved down here in 2018. It was the second phase of the London Downtown Campus plan for the college, and then the pandemic hit. So we were really only open for 18 months. So it's a very secret. So unless you know about it, it's one of the best kept secrets in London, I think. And I say that to everybody I meet. And then we just reopened last spring. So we're just getting started again, really. But we've made all kinds of improvements based on student feedback, the staff feedback, our faculty, and Emma's team and her leadership. So it's made a world of difference in how we operate, but how we really bring that practical experience to life for our students. So it's not meant to compete, it's meant to train, right? So we're not here to take away from our downtown partners. We're here to make sure that the students are ready to go to work for them.
Oh, that's great. And Emma, I understand that you also host events here, which I didn't know that you did that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that we have the capability of doing that, but we do have a few unique spaces. The space itself opens up, it can host up to 220. And then we also have 3 patios that kind of nobody knows about. And we also have the Good Foundation Theatre that's fully licensed too, that we can host events over there to about 150 standing. So again, we're kind of just getting ourselves rolling again, and those inquiries are coming in. So looking forward to a lot busier.
Yeah, that's great.
We're here Monday through Friday. We have the 2 service periods here in the restaurant from 11 through till 2 for lunch and 5 to 8 for dinner. And then we also have the cafe that's open 7 through till 2 o'clock every day.
Perfect.
Do people need reservations for the dining room area?
We always suggest that just in case we have an event or the space is fully booked. It's always safe to do that. And then we also have the website as well. If you want to have a little look through there and our shopper find those products as well.
Okay, great.
What a fantastic day. We started with family, doing goat yoga, and this is just a great way to finish it off.
Absolutely, and what a great way to end season 2 of Treat Yourself. This has been so much fun. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. Until next time, make sure to treat yourself, and hopefully we'll see you in season 3.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Think before you say it. Don't wind up like me. Imprisoned by your tongue. Doing 1 to 3. You gotta think before you say it. Cause somebody's gonna hear.
You ain't kidding.
I'll make it plain. Engage your brain before your mouth's in gear.
Get your local sports fix with Go 1 for 2, a show focused on sports and athletes from London and the surrounding area.
I was so impressed with the evolution of the fan bases, the uniforms, the play calling, the overall play from the players. I couldn't believe that was the same league that we played in when we were younger.
Go 1 for 2, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here. This week we're gonna head over to my buddy Trevor's house and see what he's got going on. He has a pretty unique space and he does some really unique things with that space. Let's head over to his house and see what he's got cooking. As always, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. Trevor.
Hey, Jeff.
How you doing, bud?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, hey, the place is looking good.
Thank you.
Made a few changes since last time you and I spoke.
Yeah, I just picked everything up, moved it all around.
There you go. So I guess the biggest change is you were kind of on the outskirts. You had a big property, barbecues, you were growing vegetables, hunting, fishing, doing it all. And you kind of moved in and became a city boy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock after a vegetable garden for 21 years and then having this. But at least now I'm by the river, I can catch fish.
There you go.
Almost whenever I want.
So you were big on field to fork, kind of catching everything, living off the land. And are you still able to do that in the city?
Somewhat, yeah. I use the farms that are surrounding the city and...
so that's a great point. I guess a lot of people don't realize that we have a lot of markets. You can shop on the outskirts right in town, and you're doing that yourself now.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to any of the markets, the Western Fair Market, they're getting produce from local organic farms. And
that's important for you, that it's local?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd prefer it's growing from our own soil.
You're still able to do some fishing, I guess? We got some water right back here. No problem there.
Yeah. A lot of fishing.
Yeah. What about vegetables? Because you were saying before I know you're buying them at the market right now, but you still dehydrating them all and smoking them and making your own rubs and stuff?
Yeah, I'm still doing that, not as much. I'm just starting to do it again now that I've set up a space for it.
Finding your rhythm a little bit?
Yeah.
So you've got a couple different barbecues going on. You've got a big smoker over here. You've got the Traeger. So what do you like to cook on both these?
The charcoal smoker. I'll do a pulled pork or a brisket on the
anything that needs to be low and slow, lots of smoke.
Yeah, which I can do with the Traeger as well. I mean, I can control it with my phone and sit upstairs,
So Country Boy's taking advantage of the apps and all the technology, right?
Oh yeah. Wi-Fi. Well, my kitchen's on the second floor, so gonna have a Wi-Fi thermometers and
saves you running up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
So, good. And so you've got this great view back here that kind of reminds you about being back in the country, and you've got the river down here. I see a table down there. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just thought we could eat down there today. And
is this something you've done before?
Yeah, well, we sit down there quite often. Yeah, set up a table, a little hibachi sometimes.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's go take a look.
Sure.
All right, look at this. Trevor, this is impressive. This is in your backyard. So did you have this in your previous backyard, I wonder?
No, not at all. So no, I had a pool.
Yeah, even though you moved into the city, you've got a river flowing through your backyard.
Yeah.
And this is part of the Thames. This is flowing into the Thames?
This is Stony Creek, and the Thames is just over there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And of course, why not put a table and chairs down here?
Why not?
So you truly are making the best of being in the city.
We are, yeah.
Yeah. And do you do some fishing in here in the Thames?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 100 meters down the river.
There you go. And you're going to cook us something up for dinner tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Do a little bit of fishing?
Yeah.
So do you have some people coming over to join us?
Yeah, my daughter and her boyfriend are coming over shortly.
And we're going to cook up there, carry it down, and dine.
Yeah.
Waterfront property.
Exactly. Hopefully some ducks or geese will come by.
There you go. So you're going to head out and do some fishing right now?
Sure.
Perfect. Let's go grab your fishing pole, and hopefully you're lucky today because I'm hungry.
Yeah, good.
Trevor, what do you got in line for the menu today? What are we eating?
Well, we're going to have some salsa to start with some pita chips that I'm going to smoke on the Traeger.
So you actually put the pita chips right on this?
Yeah, just like an oven.
Yeah.
And I make some cornbread that I've been playing with for a while on my Traeger. And
cast iron dish?
Cast iron, and just found a new dish to make it look fancy.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I finally figured out the dryness factor, so added some secret ingredients.
Good. So we got some salsa.
Yep.
Done on the Traeger as well.
Yep.
We got some cornbread. What else you got?
And some fresh walleye.
Okay.
Which
Caught it yourself?
Yeah, caught it myself, and I'll be crusting that with my own rub.
Nice, nice. So that's what you're saying earlier, you make it all yourself. You dry out your own vegetables, you do all that?
Yeah. When I was a vegetable gardener, I used to dehydrate a lot of my vegetables and herbs, and then
So tell me
make
about
my
that
own
process.
rubs.
How do you go about doing that?
Usually end of season, I'll slice them all up and put them in a dehydrator, which is inside. And
Yeah. And then you just kind of grind them up together and make
And then
donuts?
once they're dehydrated, and I keep them for a while and grind them up.
Mix them together?
Yeah, and then mix them together.
Okay, so what are we going to have with the walleye? You got any kind of side dish?
You
with
have
that?
some local asparagus. You're going to wrap that in some prosciutto and
Oh, nice.
put that on the grill as well.
One of my favorite dishes.
Oh, good.
I'm going to judge you on that one because I love that dish.
Okay, good.
So good.
Good.
And then anything for dessert? It's a barbecue show, so we're probably not going to do dessert.
Yeah, no, I'm going to barbecue some apple crisp in a cast iron pan.
So barbecued apple crisp in a cast iron pan.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a great menu. So I guess we're going to start with the salsa because we have a lot of smoked vegetables in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me first off, again, I go back to this whole thing about the field to fork. So what exactly is that? Because we hear that term a lot. So
Sure. Well, I was raised to eat as much as I could from local farmers because it's grown in our soil. And having allergies, I've learned real quickly that if I have local honey, it's going to help with my immunities for allergies. So, and it's just a health factor to eat something that's organic and from our own land.
And you've been doing that your whole life?
Well, I try. It's not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
But you know, you can go to the local markets and get organic food from the local farmers, or even stop on the side of the road. Like you could drive outside of London and hit a dozen farms easily.
What vegetables are we having? Why do we have two pans? They look different.
Yeah, one is child friendly, and the other one has jalapenos in it.
So not hot and hot.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Well, not hot. Jalapenos lose a lot of their heat in the cooking process.
Right. But it will be a little bit hotter than this one.
Yep.
So what do we have in there? I see onions. I see some big chunks of garlic. Tell me about what vegetables we have in here.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Mixed peppers, bell peppers, onions, and Roma tomatoes, which I can't get local right now, but they seem to be my favorite.
You sounded very specific with the Roma.
I used to grow a lot of Roma tomatoes.
Oh yeah? Why Roma? Why not something else?
I don't just like them. I pick them off the vine and eat them, turn them into tomato sauce, turn them into barbecue sauce. And
so if you're going to do that, you may as well throw them into the salsa.
Yeah. Anybody can do this on a barbecue.
So it's just a
quick and
rough
easy.
chop of all the vegetables and any oil or seasoning on
A
it?
little bit of oil and some seasoning that, of course, I dehydrated. Some additional, there's some paprika, which is really just red pepper.
Okay.
And basil and some other herbs.
Okay, and so what happens now? You've had these on the smoker, on the wood-fired grill for how long?
A couple hours.
Couple hours? So what temperature?
225.
So low and slow, just want to soften them up,
slow.
get that flavor going in there?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, what happens next? Tell me what we're going to do now.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it in the food processor
All right.
and zap it a few times.
And do you like your salsas kind of chunky, or are you going to go for more of a...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just going to zap it a few times just so it's not soup.
So this definitely looks like salsa. I still see some chunks of garlic, so that's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our non-spicy one here, and then we've got our not kid-friendly one. I love the jalapenos, by the way. In my world, jalapenos are a food group, spicy food. I don't know if you saw me on Jack Up the Heat.
Tacos here, just so you know, there's 5 Carolina Reaper peppers on each taco.
one.
Starts off where you think it's not too bad, then it gets really bad, and then my face is numb. I have no more feeling from my waist up. As far as I can tell, I'm not even talking right now.
All right, so we're going to do the same thing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And again, you didn't add any oil. All the liquids in here are just what comes off the vegetables?
Just a spray, just a light spray. While it was smoking, I'm just going to put some cilantro in here as well. There's a little basil hiding in there too.
Oh, basil as well. Okay.
There we go.
Wow, that chops it up quick.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Look at the difference in the color in those, eh?
Yeah.
Can't wait to dig into that. Those look fantastic. So we have to have some chips.
Mm-hmm.
So did you just go buy a bag of chips at the grocery store?
No. Gonna do some pita.
Not you, right? Not Trevor. So what are we gonna do with these pitas?
I'm gonna get some oil. I'll just spray them a little bit and dust them with a little salt, pepper, and garlic.
So just garlic, salt, and pepper?
Yeah.
All right, and then this is gonna go on the grill.
Yep.
And you're just going to let it sit low and slow, get some smoke?
Well, this is just going to go on. No, it's at 350 now. So it's 15 minutes, and then we'll cut them up.
So you're going to throw these on at 350?
Yeah.
And what kind of wood chips are you using today? What kind of pellets?
Cherry pellets. I use cherry pellets a lot.
Yeah? How come?
I can smell it. The mesquite, I can't really smell too much. So.
All right. So you just like the overall smoky smell, the cherry wood?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's throw these on.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
One of the most dangerous strikers on planet Earth. Yuri Prohaska. He is absolutely sensational and a force to deal with.
T-City. Ryan Ortega. This man is so dangerous. Diego Lopez. This kid is the real deal. Anthony Smith. He just finds a way to win. Carlos Ober. He knocks them dead. Ian Machado. Gary.
Michael Venom Page.
This is an unbelievable card. Let's go.
Salsa looks fantastic. I love that you're smoking the chips on there, right? Get some of that cherry smoke flavor in there. Yeah, crisp them up a little bit. It's going to go great with the smoky salsa. And now you're making some cornbread. And tell me a little bit about what you put together. And this pan's kind of unique. It's going to divide it all up. You won't have to cut it. Lazy man's cornbread. I guess, right?
I found it for $2 at Goodwill, and and I thought, that's great. I can make my cornbread out of it. I normally do it in a big cast iron, but this will make it look nice.
What's in the actual cornbread recipe? What
cornmeal. I use almond flour and butter and
why
cinnamon.
almond flour?
That's a little bit better for you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much. We could argue that all day.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so you're after a little bit more of that health feel to it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you found a way to make cornbread healthy. You know how you make cornbread healthy? You put jalapeno peppers in.
Oh yeah, I was going to do that. I should have, but and then I add butter.
Okay.
Lots of it.
Lots of butter.
Yeah, and I always made it dry before, so I add a little Greek yogurt.
Oh, okay. There's
to
an
keep
interesting
it
twist.
Yeah, so it's not dry.
So let's get this cooking.
Sure.
Then.
Yeah.
So how long are we going to cook this for?
This is about 30 minutes and then 10 minutes to rest.
There you go. We're going to have that when we eat the walleye.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait to see that come together. It sounds like a good meal.
So just getting it in between all the grooves, and we're ready to go.
So the cornbread's cooking, and it's going to take a little while. We got a few minutes to take a break, so we'll sit down and we'll try this salsa, and we'll see if it's good, if it's hot, if it's smoky. Let's give it a shot right now.
Okay.
I have to judge you on how hot it is. Right now, I want you to tell me if you think it's hot.
Well, if you want hot,
we'll have our own hot pepper competition here.
Okay, I have a mason jar inside that's hot.
Not hot, but smoky. Is it ever like a lot of smoke? Wow.
Like it?
I do.
I have to be careful with smoke because some people don't like it too much. And
the smoke in here, there's a lot that it really adds to it. It almost doesn't have that salsa taste because there's so much smoke, but it's fantastic. Yeah. It really comes together nicely. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Good.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
Hello, I am Rachel Burdan, and I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwok, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
All right, we filled up on salsa. We got a little bit of time. The cornbread's looking good on the Traeger. And now we got some walleye. When I was a kid, we would go pickerel fishing.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
In the
yeah.
lake.
And then I learned later on that the real name is walleye.
The real name is walleye. Okay, all right. So what are we gonna do now? You got some asparagus, and I'm gonna guess it's local? Yeah?
Yeah, Adelaide Farms, just up the road.
Oh, nice, okay. And what are you gonna do with that today?
Just a little oil and a little seasoning, and roll it in some prosciutto.
All right, let's do it. Let's get the main course going here. We're all getting hungry.
Yes. Oh, and a little balsamic.
A little balsamic vinegar as well. Yeah. Toss that around. And what's in the mixture that you're seasoning it with?
Pepper flakes, onion flakes. I like it chunky when I put it on fish. And basil and lemon.
Why does it being chunkier make a difference?
I think there's more flavor to it.
Yeah.
And I don't like dust. If I'm going to use dust, then it might be something like a pork shoulder or brisket, right?
Yeah.
And
on the
then,
fish, you want to know those seasonings are there.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of crisp, a little bit of crunch to it.
Feel the crunch to it.
A little bit of texture. Okay.
Yeah. And I think there's just a little more flavor. And when you get dehydrated herbs and vegetables, it's.
And do you add that to your asparagus as well?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just going to put a little bit in there.
All right.
Too.
Good. All right. Let's do it.
Okay. We don't need much because we have the prosciutto, which is plenty of salt in it.
And then we're going to throw this on the smoker and let that prosciutto get nice and crispy. Let it all get happy.
Yeah.
Why don't I jump in, give you a hand?
Sure.
We'll get some of these wrapped up, and then we'll get that fish cooking. All right, so we're going to cook up some walleye.
Yes.
One of my favorites. So what's the trick?
I normally deep fry it, but I like to be a little healthier, so I'm just going to...
Anybody can deep fry fish, right? The trick is doing it up on the barbecue and making it taste amazing.
Right. I normally put it on the grill with the skin on, but we can take some skin off today. And
well, why don't we do it both ways and see, compare the two?
Sure.
So why do you normally leave the skin on? Does it add more flavor, or it's just easier to barbecue?
It's easier to barbecue. Like catfish, I can put right on the grill; it won't fall apart.
Right.
But walleye will, and or I can just put it on the separate grill and take it all off at once.
So it looks like you've cleaned up some fish before.
Yeah, a few times.
So we'll see. We'll do a taste test. We'll see if it makes a difference with the skin on and then skin off.
Sure. Well, you're going to get some smoke permeating through the bottom.
Right.
So it'll be a little bit of smoke, not too much, but a little extra flavor.
We got 3 nice sized fillets there.
Yep. So I'm just going to put again my own rub on here. Stick or a binder, as they call it.
Can't go wrong with putting a little fresh oil on there, right?
And then once I put my fingers in here, I got to use it all.
So you like to coat it on there pretty thick, eh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you're looking for that crunch.
Yeah, that chunk. And I use lemon peels, dehydrated lemon peel. I used to grow lemon basil, which I love, but I can't find it, at least not in mass quantity.
Right.
So lemon basil is amazing on fish.
Now, in theory, it should taste better because there's more seasoning. But then again, the skin should add some more flavor on these two as well. So it'll be interesting to see which ones taste better.
Yeah, it'll keep its natural flavor in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Put that on the tray that we're going to slide right on the barbecue. And then what temperature are you going to cook this at?
350. Same as the asparagus. So they'll both probably should be done at the same time.
And you caught this walleye yourself?
Yes.
All right. Nice and fresh. All right, well, let's get this cooking up on the grill. Let's throw it on. We're going to do the asparagus both ways?
Yep.
Some without the prosciutto, some with it?
Yep.
All right, let me give you a hand throwing it on the grill.
We're having people that are learning to be in tune with the land again. They're gardening again. We're bringing ceremony back. So we're reconnecting again. And I think the biggest part of that is we're reconnecting with our language, and that has a direct connection to our land and to Seguin zone. So it's nice to see that our youth are learning about our ways and they're realizing the language is important. They're realizing that it's part of them, it's part of their identity, and it's nice to see that not only are they learning, you know, I guess just to say relearning our culture and our picking up the language, but they're also engaging in Western society.
I did it.
I need it.
The hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
All right, so you mentioned dessert on the barbecue. We've seen it a few times. Not too many people venture into the world of doing barbecue desserts.
Yeah.
But you were all over it.
Yeah.
So
I did red velvet cupcakes for my daughter's grad. Yeah.
On the barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
Do you find the smoke changes the flavor, or how do you feel about it?
It was just a tiny, tiny bit. Just a kiss of cherry smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So what do we have tonight for dessert?
We have an apple crisp with local Honeycrisp apples.
And how do you put all this together? What's the secret to making a good apple crisp?
That's my mom's secret. I can't give it up.
Oh, okay. All right. Give us the basics then without tipping the scales.
Yeah, brown sugar and butter and a little cinnamon and.
You're almost like a French chef. A little bit of butter on everything. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Right, butter and cream. It's the way to go.
So you got your apples in there, and then you sprinkle out with brown sugar, some cinnamon, cover with the oatmeal
and honey.
And honey.
Yeah, local Monroe honey from Alvinston.
And then you throw this on the barbecue for about a half an hour or so?
An hour.
About an hour?
Yeah, and then half an hour to rest.
Let it rest, and then we'll dig into it. Looking forward to trying this one. All right, well, this looks great. Bubbling away, it looks fantastic. Let's check the barbecue. I got a feeling everything's done. We'll plate everything up and head down to the river.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Trevor, I gotta say, I already feel like I'm not in the city anymore, so I see why you picked out the spot.
Yeah.
We've eaten in some backyards, we barbecued in some backyards that were huge, that had waterfalls and multiple barbecues, the whole 9 yards. But we haven't had this. This is pretty incredible, right here in the city of London. So I'm not sure that you sacrificed anything moving into a smaller location.
No.
You're still doing the whole field to fork thing. You're buying local. You may as well grow your own vegetables. Same thing when you're buying that close to home. I love your stories about the maple syrup and all the the rubs and herbs and drying them and putting them all together, mixing them all up. I love that you caught the walleye, and we're gonna do a little taste test right now. See if we can tell the difference.
Is skin on or no
skin on or not? Try your homemade fish rub, I guess we'll call it.
Sure. Artisan rub.
Oh wow. So honest opinion when you try the one with the skin, we'll see what we like better. For me, I think it's the one with the skin on it. I think the skin brings more flavor to it. It's maybe a little more moist than the other one without.
Yeah.
Dried out a bit much.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, the skin kept the moisture in it.
Yeah, for sure. Good. So now you said this is the first time you've done the asparagus with the prosciutto on it. Oh, one of my favorites. I could eat that every day. What do you think? First time you did it. What do you think?
Love it.
Love it?
Love it.
Cornbread, simple.
Yeah.
Still warm out of the pan. Pretty moist. And it's a keeper. So I guess with the cornbread, that's that Greek yogurt that you put in, right? That's helping keep some of the moisture in there?
Yeah.
What were some of the other things you put in there? It was just basically...
You could put sour cream instead of Greek yogurt.
Yeah, and lots of butter.
Lots of butter. Always butter and cream.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. For sitting on the barbecue, as long as it did, it's super moist. So great job on everything. We enjoyed the salsa earlier. Going to dig into the rest of this meal. Can't wait to try that apple crisp. But before I dig into that, I just wanted to say thanks for the invite. This has been great. I can't believe I'm sitting right here in the city of London enjoying some fresh caught walleye sitting by the river. Who knew?
Can't hear any cars.
I can't hear any cars. No, you'd think I was up at the cottage. So this is great. Once again, thanks.
You're welcome.
We'll
Thank
get you on
you.
the show once again for sure, so I can come back and enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
We're back with Nathan from the Canadian Barbecue Boys. He shared some tips with us on firing up the grill for the first time at the beginning of the season. If you're like me, you cook all the time, nonstop, so maintaining the grill throughout the season has got to have some importance. So what are some tricks and some tips that we can share with us on maintaining our barbecue?
The main thing during the season, you know, it's the summer, you really just want to kind of enjoy the pool, enjoy the atmosphere, right? And kind of just get on there and grill. So again, just taking that initial layer of, you know, the existing layer on and on. It's easier to, you know, maintain it than doing it originally, right? Starting it off, but obviously getting in there with your scraper after every cook, make sure you heat it up, scrape away at it, and get as much of that layer.
That's a great point. I was going to ask that. Is it better, easier, preferred to clean the grill when it's cold, or does it work better once it's heated up for a while? What's the better way to clean the grill?
Listen, I don't know about you, but when I'm grilling, I don't want to go back out to the barbecue, heat it back up again, and then wait for it to cool down again. Right. So, you know, I like to throw the steaks on the plate, throw it on the table, quickly go back while it's hot and fire it up,
okay.
Right?
We're using this right now, but these are in the news a lot. Should we be using this one right now? You see the wooden scrapers. What's the theory behind that?
What we found with the very cheap ones is that I've actually been out cleaning before, and it was I was with it was a mother who had 2 kids, and I was cleaning the barbecue, and midway through cleaning the barbecue, I saw a bristle sticking out of one of the grates. It was caked on so thick, and there was just a little bristle in between. Wow. And I was like, that could have been a disaster, right? So, I mean, for the most part, they just fall through, right? But there is obviously that you hear about the horror stories.
So do you recommend going with the wooden ones or just anything other than the metal?
You just have to get a high quality metal one if you're going to, but even the wooden ones can be tough. So the best ones are the high quality steel ones. Yeah, wood if you're concerned about that, for sure. Yeah.
You know, there's rodents all summer long. What's keeping them out of my barbecue throughout the season?
The first one obviously is a clean drip tray under there. You don't want to screw around with that too much. You want to make sure that they can't get their paws up there. And I can quickly show you, for the most part, you want to make sure that you're maintaining this side of the drip tray and drip pan. So I'll just slide this out of your barbecue here. A lot of the time that dries up. It could just be flakes, right? That's mainly what you're going to see in the drip pan or the drip tray. This is the drip pan here. But you just want to make sure that you're clearing that out every so often. So you want to make sure that you're constantly, scraping out the drip tray and the drip pan, making sure that everything is all good there. Another great technique is, as I said, that's you can smell it as well, I'm sure. Throwing in some bounce dryer sheets. Rats and mice seem to hate it, but they'll definitely stay away more likely in the grill. Just don't put them too, don't stuff them into where the firebox is, or they're going to sit on fire, right? You kind of just want to line the bottom of the cabinets with them so that they that they stay away a little bit more.
What about fire hazards? Is that a real thing with barbecues? Do people lose control and have much larger fires?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen some horror stories with that. Obviously, even when you're not staring at your grill right away, you may walk away, and things just set on fire, right? Even in the bottom of the grill, we've seen barbecues, as I said, that thick with grease in there, and that's the main reason why fires start in the bottom of the grills. There was one person we went to go see who had a massive grease fire when they first opened it up for the season, and they just ran inside, grabbed baking soda, and just threw it on top. When we went out there, the entire grill was just white and cooked on.
Oh, wow.
It was.
Were you able to save it? Were you able?
Oh
to get
we brought it back for sure.
Yeah.
We brought it back, but it was not a good story.
Appreciate you sharing some stories on how to maintain the grill.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thanks
very
again.
much.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden 1 at 15.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Playing whatever.
Jack 102.3.
This is not a drill. This is happening.
Get ready because a new season of The Old Man is coming soon to FX.
Do you recognize me now?
Need to catch up? Stream the entire first season on City TV Plus.
The following program contains a topic which may not be suitable for young viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, welcome to Tillsonburg. Welcome to Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Kicking off with some returning action tonight. Ace Bowman making his return to the ring.
Flipping into the ring quickly there, showing that he is ready to go. Might be returning, but maybe a little time off did him some good.
Absolutely. Maybe feeling refreshed.
And his opponent from way, way up north. Jimmy Spike getting the crowd fired up here. May not be a regular in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, but looks to be at home.
Absolutely. Jimmy Spike bringing the energy to Tillsonburg.
High fives all around the ring here to our lovely fans who come out to Tillsonburg. You can always check if Hammerlock Pure Wrestling is in your town. Come out, have some fun.
Exactly. Just head to hammerlockpurewrestling.com and see where we're going to be next.
The golden age of professional wrestling. We're bringing it back. Take the rules seriously. At least most of us. You do see some underhanded tactics here, though, in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. That's for sure.
Absolutely. But you know, in order to break the rules, you need to know them. Spike going right into a headlock there.
Oh, showing the speed there. Able to get out of it. Jimmy Spike now in control of Ace Bowman. Bowman, of course, trained by Canadian legend Tyson Dukes. And Spite in full control at the moment.
Spite using his, looks to be speed advantage to his advantage.
And that's why I said at the moment. Look at this. Rubbing the wrist bone maybe across the bridge of the nose of Spite. Ace Bowman getting a little extra advantage there. You know, sometimes we're able to catch some things on camera here that even the referee can't see.
Absolutely.
Spite into the corner. Huge leg drop in the middle on Ace Bowman going for the cover.
That was some verticality he got on that leg drop. Can't imagine that felt good for Bowman.
Is Bowman calling timeout?
Can you call timeout?
Timeout in the middle of a wrestling match.
Gonna have to check the rule books on that one.
He is not granted it, as he should not be, by referee Seamus White.
But Bowman using his advantage, suckering Jimmy Spite in.
Look back into the center of the ring.
Almost
toy with him
there.
Kick to the back. Not much of an offensive move. More disrespect, as you mentioned.
I understand you're in control, or Mr. Ace Bowman, but you know you need to keep on it. Sometimes you disrespect your opponent, and it's just gonna light a fire under him.
Absolutely. Spite doesn't know what hit him. Shots to the midsection now, and a big club from Ace Bowman taking down Jimmy Spite. Rolled up and rolled right through into a DDT.
Great
from the
offense
knees
by Ace Bowman there.
Thought he almost had it after that. That DDT came out of nowhere. Didn't even let him get to his feet first.
And just right back to disrespecting Jimmy Spite.
Oh, the smacks and the slaps and the foot to the throat now of Jimmy Spite. Referee breaking that one up. Well done. He's seen enough from Ace Bowman already early in this contest.
And it's hard to blame him.
Spinning back elbow there. Jimmy Spite showing off his speed and agility.
And showing off his power. That was like a corkscrew suplex.
Unbelievable. Flips himself into the pin. That's it.
Into a third. My goodness.
Wow. How impressive is Jimmy Spite here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling?
Absolutely. I've never seen anything like that corkscrew suplex.
Ace Bowman rolling out of the ring.
I'm not sure Bowman knows what hit him.
He thinks he's still in the match. Watch out, fans. Jimmy Spite heading into Hammerlock Pure Wrestling from Sudbury, and unbelievably impressive.
Absolutely. He'll be going back to Sudbury with his head held high.
We'll be back with more Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. You're watching Hammerlock Pure Wrestling on Rogers TV. To stay up to date with all things Hammerlock, visit hammerlockpurewrestling.com.
Tilsonburg, Saturday, April 1st, the Brick House comes back to your town in one-on-one competition against the Golden Boy, Magnum McLaren. Now, Magnum, I've been seeing what you've been posting on social media. I've seen all the wins you've been getting, and to be quite honest with you, I'm very impressed. In fact, this isn't the first time that we've shared the ring together. Back a couple months ago, me and you were in Oshawa, and to be fair, you got the best of me. You do have one up on me. But the fact is, I have one thing that you don't, and that's guts. I got the heart of a fighter and the strength of a bull. Magnum, you need that little daddy diamond of yours wrapped around your finger at all times. But the fact is, in my corner, I don't need nobody. And on Saturday, I want to see your very best, and I'll bring my very best. And we'll see who comes out the better man. So I'll leave you with this. Take your time, prepare, and I'll see you there.
Don't miss the opportunity to see Hammerlock Pure Wrestling live. Visit hammerlockpurewrestling.com to see all the exciting upcoming events.
You're watching Hammerlock Pure Wrestling on Rogers TV. To stay up to date with all things Hammerlock, visit hammerlockpurewrestling.com. Magnum McLaren from Project X taking on Hammerlock's Brickhouse Mick McGuire.
It's scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. And it is for the Project X Canadian Heavyweight Championship.
Bit of a cross promotion here we have in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling tonight.
Absolutely, interpromotional action on its way.
Project X, based in Sudbury, newer promotion as well. And they've sent down their champion, Magnum McLaren, to take on Brickhouse Mick McGuire.
Yes.
And who you see right there, we know this guy.
Hammerlock's own Brickhouse McGuire looking to get some Project X gold around his waist. Always interesting when another promotion comes through, bringing their champions and seeing if you know who's the better man here.
Almost a little home turf kind of pride here.
Exactly.
Mick McGuire does not want to lose right here. Saying hello to the fans, the lovely fans who have joined us here in Tillsonburg.
Brickhouse always making time for the fans.
He's got his work cut out for him, though. New promotion does not mean that his opponent lacks experience, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. There's a fire when you're representing your company.
High fives all around as Brickhouse Mick McGuire makes his way in. Powerhouse is one way to put it.
That man, a brick house indeed. I've never seen a more aptly described nickname.
A little bit old school.
Yeah.
We always mention, looks like he could be part of the Anderson crew on the way in here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Hammerlock Pure Wrestling is all about bringing the golden age back to professional wrestling, and I think Brickhouse Mick McGuire fits that perfectly.
Respect for the ring that he's going to do his work in as he wipes his feet on the way in. And getting the crowd behind him as we get ready for some action here, some interpromotional action in Tillsonburg. Be some mind games even being played by Magnum McLaren.
Exactly.
Taking his time. He's the visitor, but he's going to act like this is his house.
Confidence oozing from Magnum McLaren. He might be at Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, but like you said, Mark, this is his house. Showing off his gold, coming to the ring with swagger, and no time for the fans either.
We might have another match before he even gets to the ring. Look at that vest. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed.
No, I'm a bit mesmerized by it, to be honest.
Gold for each arm as he makes his way in here. The Project X Canadian Heavyweight Champion, Magnum McLaren. You know, Project X, based in Sudbury, there's something about those Sudbury folk. Once you get up north there, you got to be extra tough.
Exactly. A little bit of a different crowd. Might enjoy a scrap a little too much, for my taste anyway.
Making sure everyone gets a look at those belts.
Mm-hmm. Now this is for the Project X Canadian Heavyweight Championship.
You imagine Brickhouse Mick McGuire welcoming Magnum McLaren to town and
taking his gold.
As you can see, also the social media champion as well.
Exactly. Looks like that's from Primus Wrestling. What a statement that would be for Brickhouse Mick McGuire. Coming to my house and I'll take your gold.
Thank you very much. Leave it at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Both competitors ready for action. And we're underway.
Referee Seamus White kicking it off this heavyweight championship match.
That's what it's all about when you make your way to a Hammerlock Pure Wrestling show. You have some fun. You interact with the wrestlers. Hopefully you don't take their focus. Don't take Brickhouse Mick McGuire's eye off the gold, though.
Exactly. He has something to prove, not only for himself, but on behalf of all of Hammerlock Pure Wrestling this evening.
Magnum McLaren, not quite the same response.
No. I don't think he cares what the fine folks of our crowd are into. Or think, I should say.
That's what happens when you enter enemy territory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've decided who the fan favorite is, and now we might be ready to... No, not yet. Not yet. Magnum McLaren thought he'd try it again. Maybe get a different response.
Exactly. You know, for all the smack that you were talking earlier, Magnum, maybe just take your booze.
Take your licks and move on.
Exactly.
One more time. Let me show you how it's done, says. And there we go. I thought that might have been coming there from Magnum McLaren, getting the cheap shot in early.
A leopard always shows his spots, and sure enough.
Slammed into the corner, though, and you know what? It didn't last long. That advantage scoop slam now from Brickhouse Mick McGuire.
Brickhouse showing off his power.
You're not going to try that on me, he says. Chop almost took Magnum McLaren over the top right away.
A couple of those, and his chest will be about as red as these ropes here.
Big elbow. Right to the sternum. This could be over early. And McLaren kicking out.
McGuire really showing what this match means to him, representing Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Quiets everyone down for the loud chop. And McLaren saw that one coming.
Now McLaren lighting up McGuire with some chops of his own.
Showing off his speed. Oh, straight shot to the face.
Nothing pretty about that, folks.
Down goes, well, not down. It's going to be tough to take Brickhouse down, but stumbling backwards at least. They've got a thumb to the eye there. Referee having to watch that now. You never know what's going to happen when a new guy comes into your territory, right? He projects ex-Canadian heavyweight champion Magnum McLaren.
McLaren with some innovative offense there.
To the face down. 1, 2. And a kick out. Brickhouse dazed and confused after that one.
I have to give McLaren some props there for his strategy in this match. The way that he's using his speed to his advantage. You can't go head to head with a Brickhouse and expect to fall or expect not to be toppled over. So speed is the key to victory here on McLaren's part, in my opinion.
The way he shot himself through the ropes there, you didn't even see him coming.
Mm-hmm.
Brickhouse bracing for that one, bounce back and clothesline in the middle of the ring. That's a 2 count. A little bit of frustration showed from Magnum McLaren already.
McLaren can't take his foot off the gas here. He needs to keep on the Brickhouse.
Or now just backs off and ducks the clothesline this time. Up he goes.
Picks him up.
It's only one way down, I was going to say, but he's found another. And a straight knee to the face. Oh!
Straight knee and then straight boot. Nothing pretty about that.
Tim Burry was already on his way down, but getting him there faster, not it.
Brickhouse showing a little bit of life still after that knee and boot combination to the face.
Like a big redwood coming down there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now just toying with him. I'm not sure that's a great idea. Shot for shot, forearms to the face. Both men showing their toughness here, able to stand up.
Magnum McLaren going one-on-one in the middle of the ring with Brickhouse.
And another knee. Those knees have been vicious. 1, 2. And Brickhouse. Mick McGuire still able to kick out. You know, Magnum McLaren's going to have to harness that frustration here if he wants to keep on top of this match.
Absolutely, but to that point, I think he's been doing a great job of it.
Clothesline bounce back up, maybe on instinct. Duck go behind. He's going to get the big man up. Oh, he went for it. Off the ropes. Over the top. That's a long ways down.
Absolutely. What goes up must come down.
Not feel good on the shoulder blades there for Magnum McLaren. Into the corner. Gets the boot up. Oh!
Huge spine
buster. And McLaren able to kick out, but
Wasn't
that's
a lot
about
of
it.
oomph. Wasn't a lot of oomph under that kick out. As a famous commentator likes to say, that was some spine on the pine right there.
Dragging him to his feet now. That took a lot out of Magnum McLaren. Ducks out of the way, though.
McLaren trying to get the big man up.
Once again, realizing the thickness. Oh, able to get him up just enough.
That was pure momentum.
And a 2 3/4 maybe on that one. Just like that, things have turned around. Magnum McLaren not going to let his Project X Canadian Heavyweight Championship go that easy.
Absolutely not. Imagine going back to Project X and being like, guys, I don't have the championship with me.
I left it there. Oh, the fire in the eyes now of Mick McGuire. Headbutts. Using the ropes to his advantage. Suplex changed direction. We could see the crowning of a new champion right here.
Absolutely. McGuire fully in control here.
Going for the spin, no. Gets the big man up.
And crashes the big man down.
That's gotta be it. Magnum McLaren.
With a huge, almost a Death Valley driver to the brick house, gets the 1, 2, 3, retains his Project X Canadian Heavyweight Championship with an oomph.
Raise my arm, Seamus White, he says. Gotta say, very impressive from Magnum McLaren.
Absolutely.
Walking in here with his championship belts. He'll get the other one later. Don't worry, folks. Mick McGuire doesn't want the camera in his face at the moment. Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. They're really just got caught. He was trying to get the big man up all match long.
Exactly. Nothing to be ashamed of on Mick McGuire's part. Live to fight another day.
High five for the youngster there, and we'll be back with more Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
You're watching Hammerlock Pure Wrestling on Rogers TV. Stay up to date with all things Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Visit hammerlockpurewrestling.com.
April 1st, 2023. You already know. It's been announced. Drifters. Wade Allen, Isaiah Cross versus Michael Grayson and Brian White. Politician and a smart guy versus two guys the ring couldn't even contain. I don't have much to say about this because most of the time I don't actually have anything to say about Hammerlock. Don't tell me who my opponents are, but this time you do. So, you already know what it is. April 1st, Wade Allen and I are going to that pay window in Tillsonburg. And then after we get our pay, we're drifting away.
Up next, the Honorable One Brian White and Michael Grayson take on the Drifters.
Your next contest is a tag team event scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Referee Matt McCausland making sure everything is ready to go and the turnbuckles are tightened. Here they are.
I don't blame our referee for making that when these men are making those adjustments when these men come to the ring. Drifter's not known for playing by the rules, just looking to wreak havoc in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
And we've seen it in the past where the ring can't even contain them. Back at one of our other shows, top rope even snapped off.
Exactly.
And you can see the size of this team. They are here to beat people up, beat people down, whatever it takes.
Collect a check, see you later, go home, who's next?
And their opponents, we've got a different tag team here than we're used to seeing in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling.
Exactly. These two men, the honorable one, Brian White and Michael Grayson, looking to foil the Drifters' plans.
Michael Grayson, of course, a part of Books and Looks with our heavyweight champion, Rodney Matthews, here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. However, Brian White teaming with Michael Grayson tonight.
Exactly. Brian White tagging in for the evening. Both men, maybe it's just an alliance of convenience or an alliance built through dislike of the Drifters.
Well, and when you're the champion like Rodney Matthews is, the champion's schedule books up pretty quickly.
Tough. Yeah, exactly. It can be tough.
No pun intended with the Books and Looks, but both men into the ring now. And don't let Michael Grayson fool you. He's a character. He likes to have fun, but
when that bell rings,
he can get it done too.
There's a reason why he can have a little antics behind him, because he can get it done in the ring just the same.
No smiles on the faces of Isaiah Cross, 6'8" Isaiah Cross, and Wade Allen of the Drifters. Not about this.
Absolutely not. And when you take the approach of the Drifters, you're gonna make some enemies. And maybe this match is more of a lay in the bed you sew type of engagement.
Absolutely. Michael Grayson t-shirts being thrown out even before the match here. And you knew the Tilsonburg reference was going to make its way in here. Stompin' Tom Connor, Canadian legend, writing a song about Tilsonburg. My back still aches when I hear that name. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some achy backs here after this match.
Absolutely not.
Grayson trying to get in there early with the forearms, and Wade Allen having no part of it.
Exactly. Michael Grayson knows what the Drifters bring, having taken them on a few weeks back.
Grayson maybe surprised himself with the early drop kick there. Going up top, asking the crowd, is this a good idea?
Answer always being yes.
Might be a good idea to just get to it here, because that's going to happen. Wade Allen throwing Grayson off, and the clothesline putting him in his place.
I don't know how effective that hip toss was going to be against Wade Allen there.
I tell you, that one worked well, though. And there's the achy back that we mentioned early on in this match.
That's going to make your back hurt real quick.
What happens when you're in Tilsonburg? Tag to Isaiah Cross. These two, like them or not, they are not the friendliest of dudes, but they know what they're doing.
Exactly. When the Drifters get into the ring, it's very much a well-oiled machine. You might not like their style, but the actions and their tag team abilities you cannot deny.
The size of Isaiah Cross doesn't even fit into the frame of the camera at some points. Brian White,
that Insiguri only bringing Cross down to barely one knee.
Chops trying to cut the big man down. Shot to Cross. Double axe handle.
Big man still on his feet. A drop kick.
You can see the chest, though. They're working their way through Isaiah Cross.
Every hit chopping the big redwood down just a little bit more.
Shots to the midsection now. Cross right back up. How do you take down a giant? Well, just keep trying to cut him down the best you can.
Exactly. You keep hitting them, eventually one of them is going to land.
Wants to quiet the crowd for the double.
Goodness.
Oh,
those hands almost the size of White's chest.
Trying to cave the chest in of Brian White.
I imagine that's just like